The kids are down. The wife's asleep.
So in 4 hours, you drank 15 Busch Lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 8 o'clock, that's when you checked out and your wife had to deal with you.
Night time.
Night time.
Yeah.
Crack a beer. Pour a bourbon. It's After Dark. On ESPN Louisville Plus. Subscribe and smash that freaking like button. Now here's Justin Soforo.
Soforo. How do you
Soforo.
say Soforo. No, it's fur. It's fur, not four. That's why it's fur, man.
Soforo.
There you go.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Soforo. I don't know. Soforo? Soforo, my bad. No, Soforo.
Here's Justin Soforo.
With Anna motherfucking Tarullo.
All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of ESPN Louisville Plus After Dark. I'm Justin Soforo. Joining me today, as always, my girl Anna Tarullo. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That was quiet. I was like, oh, there you go. Yeah, just so she knows what we're talking about tonight. There's just to have a couple of ideas of what we're talking about. I know I had that music way too loud.
I think Soforo is very humble, but this man prepares for a show, and he just sent me this document that's better than anything I ever put together in my TV career. And it's like, I just respect it. So I wanted to know that you're listening to one of the best college basketball outsiders that there ever was.
Thank you. Okay, you got it. Thank you for saying that. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, somebody else. There's been a couple people lately who have gone at me a couple times, been asking me like, "Oh, I thought because you put it out there it was right," or I'm like, "Bro, I don't know shit. I don't know. I don't know nothing." But I put that on my Twitter account to make sure people know college football and basketball outsider. Like, and shout out to these guys because I love them. They're really kind, really nice guys. Power 10, they've started like their own like podcast stuff they've been doing where they go live all the time on Twitter Spaces. Ever since I think the Kenny Payne era, the end of it, and then the Pat Kelsey era, they've been doing stuff pretty regularly. And anytime I hop in there, like I'm listening in, and I promise I'm gonna join you guys sometime. It's just every time I'm listening to you guys, I'm taking a little. I'm in bed. I'm in bed next to my wife, and we got. Yeah, I do. We got like 17 babies and all this stuff, and I'm not gonna wake them up. I don't need to be lying in bed giving takes because that will absolutely end my marriage. But I promise I will drop in whenever you all want to send me an invite. I appreciate it. But those guys are awesome. But the guy's always so nice. He's so kind. Every time when I'm in there, he's like, "Oh, Justin Soforo's in here, and he probably has some inside scoop and whatever." I'm like, "Well, I don't know shit, dude." We don't have no sources. We only have emotions. No, somebody have and anger. Yeah, that's all we have. I love on Twitter today, people were like, "Oh, can't wait for Soforo's negative take." I was like, yeah, "Do you know us? We're the opposite of Sunshine Pumpers. We will kill our own coaches and be glad about it." Okay? Exactly. We'll end it. It's over. When you listen to this. But what's up, everybody? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, if you haven't already, do me a solid favor. If you're watching this video, like the video on YouTube, especially if you're on Facebook and Twitter, hit the like, hit the heart, whatever it is. Just do that. It helps to pump it out there, to more with the algorithm and to other people so that they can find us, and also that we can bring up more content here on ESPN Louisville Plus. Also, go to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, subscribe over there on YouTube. That's where we're really trying to grow this thing. In the long term, that's where we really want to have the most going on there. And additionally, I do want to shout out. I see a couple guys already in the chat over here. It just feels douchey. I hate doing that because like, what's up, chat? Hey, chat, what's up, chat? Like, or I either feel douchey or I feel like a 16-year-old boy. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, what is it called? Discord or whatever? I don't know the names of anything. I think it's just chat. I think it's just the chat. Okay. It's like the chat. That's. Yeah. I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm like a gamer anymore. When I was a kid, I loved playing video games. But part of me have been like, there are people on here that make living. I'm talking about making millions of dollars playing video games. I know. Listen, I was approached by a guy who worked for like, is it like what's Discord? What's the other one? And maybe it was something else. And he was like, listen, Twitch, probably Twitch. And he was like, listen, we have 5 people who make more than LeBron James every year. And I was like, dog, sign me up. No, it's crazy. It is absolutely insane the amount of money that some people make, like doing that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this thing work, because I'm trying to put chats up there. If you're watching this on the what's it called? The vertical, if I can think of the word vertical out there, the vertical version, chat's really tiny and you're not gonna be able to what it says, but shout out Jay Paulo says Soforo is waiting for WrestleMania to wrap up. Bro,
we're talking about WrestleMania right now.
I know. Well, actually, that's actually one of my biggest beefs that I was gonna have coming in here is literally I'm living on Twitter right now trying to see the updates of who's going where. Is Louisville gonna finally lock up some of these latest recruits? And we'll see. There's news out there. Coach Morrow's tweeting about guys that they've locked up and all that. That's great. I'm focused on basketball right now. I want to know transfer portal season. It's here's the thing too, and I love Phil and guys like that. Steve Rummage, of course. Everybody who's big time. They live by WWE. I was never WWE. Rummage. I mean, Rummage is. No, Rummage is at WWE right now, or maybe he's watching. I think it's on Netflix or whatever it is. But he's watching live tweeting like what's going on. Like I know a guy named Cody Rhodes. I know that he exists. I don't know who he is.
I know he has blonde hair. That's all I know about him.
That's about it. But I guess shout out if that's your thing. It's not mine. That being said, what is my thing right now, and that's all there that anybody cares about right now, is the transfer portal. Who's Louisville going to get? Who's Kentucky going to get? They've got a few guys, and I apologize. I really probably should be coming out and making those like daily videos talking about every time that there's a recruit coming out. You doing it for the UK side, me for the UL side. But I'll be honest, for the most part, outside of a couple players, and we'll talk about them today, I just don't know if I had enough to fill a 10-minute video of, hey, here's this dude that we're interested in. I've seen him twice. I think it's gonna land. I think it's gonna work. I don't know. But
and let me say also, recruiting is just weird. I remember when I worked in West Virginia. Oh yeah, Anna rocking a new Power K. Thank you, Drew Hoskins. Thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, no. I remember when I worked in like high school sports and stuff in West Virginia. It was recruiting always felt so odd to me because I was like, these kids haven't even gone to prom yet. I felt creepy about it. But
it is. Yeah.
I think it's.
It does kind of come off that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
The portal is different, right? That feels a little bit different to me, but it also just feels like it's hard to expend that much emotion in the offseason until you really have your roster solidified. And I think two programs who care so much, it's we have stuff to care about all year long, right? Expectations, whatever, how you did in the tournament, how you're doing in the preseason games. So it's sometimes I need a little break, especially after the football hiring offseason. We have a new football coach. It's I have a lot to care about there. So it's I have to save a little bit for I can't overextend myself to care so much about recruiting. Tell me when it happens, and I will give you an emotion. I'll give you a reaction. But all of this, will it happen? Won't it happen? Who are we going to get? It's hard to stay overinvested in.
Get him, honey. Get him, honey. That's what I'm talking about.
Sorry, honey, say yeah, lick up.
I promise I'm going to work on, I don't know what's going on with the chat. I'll fix it here in a sec. I want to be able to put that on there. But the reason I also want to highlight my guy, Drew Hoskins, our guy, shout out to him, as well as shout out to, we've had a new, I'm having on here somewhere, a new person who joined the member squad for ESPN Louisville Plus, and that is my guy Curtis Fitzgerald, 890. He's joined Pistol Weg, Walt Nicholas, as well as our guy Drew Hoskins. There's some other people too, but that's what I can see right now and what's visible. But thank you for people who are supporting the channel, supporting what we do on here. Shout out to them. They make it possible for us to keep doing more stuff like this and bringing more and more content. And hopefully, I'll just give you guys a little bit of a, I don't know if it's as a preview or whatever it is, but there's other things, cogs, wheels in motion about potential other shows and stuff that'll be on here with other people, not just me. It's not just going to be me, anymore. Maybe I'll probably be involved having to run it. But yeah, I'll still have to run it, but maybe not just me talking. So definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Okay, first thing, this a little intro, whatever, kind of icebreaker. We didn't really need it because we already had plenty to talk about. But one thing I was going to say, because this weekend was the opening of the Derby festivities, if you will, and Thunder over Louisville, and it was crazy to me. I tweeted out because I didn't realize how loud that shit still was because I could hear it from outside my house.
Can you hear it? Where are you?
I live between Hurstbourne, over near Hurstbourne. Huh?
Oh, I thought you were Oldham County.
No. I'm from Shelby County. Oh, no. And that's the point too. I used to be able to hear it when I lived in Shelby County as well. But no, I could hear it from my house. I guess that's not as big as a surprise. I could hear it in Hurstbourne. But it was loud. I mean, it's loud as bleep. Loud as fuck. I don't know what else to say. I guess that's what it is.
Why are you being shocked?
Exactly. So anyway, the reason I even bring that up though, hey, do you still go? Do you go to Thunder? Do you ever go to Thunder? Is that a thing, or is it?
The last time I went to Thunder, and I was talking about this. It was like one of my besties since 6th grade. It was her birthday party tonight, and the last time I was probably really at Thunder was sophomore year of high school. It was the first time I got really drunk. Okay, and that was the last time I was there. And I hope my mom's not listening. No, she's not, because she's not supportive. Just kidding. She's abroad. Not
and we know your dad's not either, because if KSR is on, he's listening to KSR.
Thank you. I told that story earlier. He's like, I'm tuning into somebody else. I was like, what? But no, that was the last time, I think, and it was like at the skate park, and I was like a sophomore in high school, and we were like drinking vodka out of a water bottle. Kids, if you're underage and you're listening to this, don't do this, but don't be like me. But I think that's the last time I really went and was like, Thunder is so awesome. But I can definitely hear it like where I am, and that's awesome, and I love it. But I don't know. But I love that people celebrate. I do love that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and that's kind of what I was gonna say. Is like, because I had a bunch of people that I knew that were going out and doing it. And I'm like, brother, that was like maybe college, because with U of L and all that stuff, we're down there. It's nearby. People are drinking, even though, and I did it, of course, legally. I didn't do it as a toddler like Tarullo did, but I definitely did. At that age. But anyway, but one of the things I thought of, and I'd wondered, I'm like, is this something that is like is it a decent recruiting tool? Like, if you're the city of Louisville? No. Like, is that something? No. Okay. Well, you didn't know, hanging out with Dixie Highway out there? Like, it's not what people want.
Tell you, it would be like the opposite of a recruiting tool. I'd be like, what I'm moving to, like,
yeah.
I don't know. But also, it's like, people are like, listen, Keeneland, they're not going for the horses, baby. They are showing the boys as beautiful women all dressed up to the nines. I was like, that makes sense.
That's also something where, like, I had wondered, because I saw Mark Pope was doing it again, and I was like, is that really? Do you want to do this one again, Pope? Is that what we want to do?
Care about no damn horses. They care about those beautiful women in some gorgeous ass outfits. And everybody looks fancy, and it's a lifestyle thing. I didn't really understand that until I saw that tweet about it, and I was like, you know what? You're damn right. Everyone's dressed up to the nines, and I get it. It's like a cultural thing, right? And I do think that is a big draw, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Well, anyway, I just wondered, like, I was like, to me, I guess when I'm just drinking and whatever, but I also realized too, with having kids, I'm like, I don't think it's fun. Like, no, like, I just really don't. Like, even like going out there, it just sounds like work to get down there, to go in an area, and I'm
prison sentence or go camp out at freaking Thunder over Louisville.
Well, and then like I'm not trying to fist fight Dixie Highway. Like, I'm just not.
No.
It's no offense to Streetville and Dixie Highway.
Saying about the portal. That's what Mark Pope is saying about the portal. So, bro.
Absolutely. All right. Let's just get into it. We've prattled on for 13 minutes now, so I apologize, guys. Shout out if you're in here. Like I said, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And there's something too I want to come into this. We're going to talk about everything going on with the transfer portal. I really thought this weekend would be much more of a newsworthy weekend. I thought we'd be getting left and right at least a couple of commits for UK and U of L. UK had some news that we can talk about. U of L, it's been quiet since they've landed the guys that they have landed, Carter Knox being the latest addition there. But one thing I also realized too is I think everybody lives in this bubble or this sphere that I live in, which is I stay attached to my phone nonstop. I'm at work, but I'm constantly updating Twitter and trying to see what is going on and what's the latest, who's committing. Did we finally get Alvaro? Is he finally coming to Louisville? Well, not everybody's like that. So we're gonna go through this a little bit and just recap some of the players, what the rosters look like for Louisville, for Kentucky, and really just talk about the latest updates there as well. And who knows? Maybe we can see if anything changes and if anybody decides to pop, if you will, for Louisville or Kentucky. Do you want to start with Louisville or do you want to start with Kentucky first? What's your preference?
Let's start with Louisville.
You heard that. She's L1C4 Anna. So we're going to get into it right now.
Emma.
I will say that's a nice shirt. I will say that. It's a nice, is it a hoodie? Is it like little hockey?
Let me show you the full, like,
Okay, no, that's a nice one. I like it. All right, I'll give you that. I don't hate. I love fashion. Okay, let's get into it. As I'm wearing a black shirt, which is what I usually wear for this. And usually what happens is I'm wearing whatever I wear throughout the day, and I have a black undershirt, and I'm just like, I'll just put the black shirt.
Do it. It's podcast. You're like Clark Kent. You're like, it's podcast time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's underneath, and I just pull it out. Yeah. Well, that's a weird way to put that. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Louisville basketball, as it stands, obviously you know about the additions. We talked about it last week, getting Flory Badunga, center from Kansas. They spent about $5 million there to get him at least. And again, I don't know about you. I think we talked about this in the past. I don't give a shit what they spend. Spend it all. Blow all that money. If we're getting recruits, I don't care. Just like I said last year when Kentucky got their players. And yes, it's funny. It's cute. You can make fun of Mark Pope because Mark Pope sucks at coaching. But if they were willing to spend that amount of money to bring in a team that they thought could win a national title, they suckered me in that Purdue game. It happened. I don't know what to tell you.
Same. We win in the natty, bitch.
I was impressed. And then the Georgetown game happened. Jackson Shellstad at point guard from Oregon. He comes in and joins him in that package deal. Then the latest one that we hadn't really talked about here on the channel, but is Carter Knox, a small forward, the three from Arkansas, who which is just funny to me. Like I just enjoyed it. It tickles me, if you will. It just makes me so happy. Because
how many reasons?
For so many, just because like all the stuff going on with Kenny Payne there at the end, all the meltdown, all the blowback that Louisville fans were getting about let him do what he's going to do in the portal. He needs that, or not portal back then, but in the recruiting class with those guys. And you said it. I sent you the show notes, and you can go ahead. Well, read off what I had put down, and then I'll clarify. I will clarify because let me clarify for guys. What's up, Kashmir Mitchell? Appreciate you for tuning in as always. Go ahead, Anna. Go ahead. You can read it.
No. You go. I'm just reading. I'm just
okay, but I just put that I enjoyed that Kenny Payne tried to use him and Josun Sanan as bargaining, and I put in parentheses blackmail. And to be clear, MAIL, not that he's a black male. that's not what you said that preseason. I was like, oh well, I just want to make sure people are clear. Blackmail is in bargaining tool.
You guys, he sent me notes and I put Carter Knox in parentheses blackmail MAIL. And I was like, all right.
If I just start sending them Pat Kelsey's favorite recruits, white males, white shooters. When are they coming?
Mormon, white male.
White males. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, and also I enjoyed that. And this was a take that I had. I didn't even see if anybody has an update on the Josun Sanan situation. Can you drop that in the chat and let me know? Because that was one thing that I truly enjoyed because Louisville landed Carter Knox, who I think he's a really solid player, good player, can fill it up. We'll see. He had a lot of injury though last year too, which is something that makes me a little bit nervous. Same thing with Jackson Shellstad. Right. I'm gonna hope and expect that they're going to be healthy for this upcoming season. But obviously I was excited about that given the previous connection there with Kenny Payne. But then I think it was the same day that happened. Josun Sanan entered the transfer portal and he was at St. John's with Rick Pitino. And I was like, come on, PK. Just for shits and gigs. For shits and gigs, just go out there and go get Josun Sanan, bring him in here, just be like, what's up, KP? What's up? We got both of them now. We didn't even need you. Not that they needed him to do anything there. That being said, as well, move down the list. Adrian Woolley put out his acknowledgement, I guess. He had to put it out yesterday that he is staying at the University of Louisville.
And I have thoughts and a lot of respect on this. He went like the Tim Duncan way of how Tim Duncan retired. It's like, I'm going to just be a baller, focus on what needs to be focused on. I love how he did that. I have so much respect for a player who handles it that way. Like nothing crazy. Like didn't make people like wait and make it like the Adrian show. It's like he's like, all right, I'm staying. I love that. I think that you got a good guy there.
Well, and also like, and he's a player that I really like because when Michael Brown Jr. when he went out with his injuries, whatever it happens, and all love to Michael, because like I said, if he's gonna be balling in the NBA, I'll still love him up. If he'll throw the L's up or something like that, I don't care. I know people are gonna hate on him. I don't care at this point. It is what it is. I had my own issues with Donovan Mitchell. Like he was big game Don. I called him big game Don. Like I said, all those highlights there, like, oh, Donovan Mitchell in high school in college was otherworldly, and every game's like Florida State, Syracuse.
That's a damn mafia ass name. Big game. That's big game Don. That's Tessio. We got Clemenza. We got big game Don.
Big game Don. But it's big game is that he doesn't show up for those games. Anyway, that being said, Adrian Woolley, yes, he came out. I don't even think Adrian Woolley ever actually put out his own acknowledgement. I think it was just the University of Louisville and whoever else went out and did that. So that was pretty great from them. Yeah, no, it's real cool. And like I said, that's a player that's really going to endear himself, continue with the University of Louisville and their fans. Additionally, because it was a few weeks out, right before, maybe it was mid-tournament, I can't remember exactly, but there were rumors out there that Arkansas and Calipari were interested in bringing Woolley out. How true they were or not, I don't know, but those rumors did get a little bit of traction there as well. One player that we don't know his situation, I tend to expect that he's going to enter the portal, but that is London Johnson. He's the guard that was the NBA G League player that all the drama flew up about. And Pat Kelsey acted like he was going to play him and then he didn't play him. And we sat here looking like, what the fuck's going on? What's going on, bro?
Like fools.
Exactly. So that's one. I still think he's going to enter the portal, but I think he has Tuesday's the deadline, right? I'm pretty sure Tuesday's the deadline for everybody to. I know. I'm sorry. Just shake your head. Yeah. That's what I do.
I told you it was the deadline.
Here's what I do. If I don't know an answer, I'm gonna back you up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, duh, bro. Yeah.
We've talked about this. It's the deadline.
How many members of Congress are there? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Million.
Yeah,
obviously.
Exactly. You got me.
They're all 98, and we know that.
But yeah. But Tuesday is the deadline for that, I believe. I do want to hit up some of these chats. Sean Living Life says Blackwell is supposed to visit. Yeah, okay, we're getting on that. We're getting on the Blackwell stuff. Let's hope no nonsense happens. I am with you there. We're gonna get to it. You're just getting ahead of me. You're just getting a little ahead of me, Sean.
Relax, Sean.
That being said, and Will Hankey is also on the team. Love Will Hankey. I feel like he's doing better with radio and podcasting on the side. He's doing great. He's doing great. He's 6'4" and he's white, so maybe if he can shoot a little bit better, he might be the guy we have to rely on. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep making the jokes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to keep making that joke because one thing I am interested in is I'm looking at this transfer portal. We had Rain Smith year one. We had Isaac McNeely. Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the...
Listen, don't
who's the white shooter?
That's my dog.
But who's gonna be the white shooter that PK chains himself to and then keeps letting him get playing time even though he's clearly effing up? That's my one part.
Who's gonna be the white? Who's gonna be the great white hope?
Yeah, exactly. Guys, if you haven't already, do me a solid favor. Like I said, smash like, hit subscribe there. Anyway, now we can move on to the targets. And this is the fun stuff, I guess, for me. I don't know, maybe not for you, but it is for me because I at least like to hear, oh, okay, we can get that guy. Maybe he's the next man up. Maybe that's, whatever.
First up, with like a high GPA. That's so exciting.
Well, exactly. Well, what Louisville basketball needs right now is another is a power forward to go alongside Bidunga and back him up. I know there were some comments out there. I put it out, Andy. I did it. I waited a couple days to put it out there. The reel of Soren Petra, who joined us from WHB 810 in Kansas City, our overlords. they pay our paychecks. But Soren Petra joined Andy. Honestly, let's just be honest with the way that he was and the way that he spoke on Bidunga. It was not super flattering. I know some people would probably say that it comes off kind of like, ex-girlfriend is upset and whatever, he's leaving and all that. But it was just kind of like the criticism that kind of came at him was basically saying that they didn't believe he was really as tall as he's claiming and saying he's closer to 6'6" when he takes his shoes off.
If that's the freaking complaint, grow the fuck up.
Like, and I think he may not be, 6'9", 6 whatever. I think he's kind of built more like a, remember how Montrezl Harrell was built where he had those long arms? His wingspan was like 7'5" or something like that, but his body was only like 6'8", 6'9". I think he might be one of those kind of centers. But I mean, he's still the best. He's still the highest rated,
Just like super athletic, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He was also the defensive player of the year for the Big 12 at Kansas. So like,
love that.
Like, get over it. Like, get over it. Anyway, but Alvaro Folgueras, and I want to make sure I'm saying that right. I'm probably not saying it right. But Alvaro Folgueras, which is actually, and let me see, my guy, Jay Schneider says, what the hell is the hold up on the Iowa dude? Saw that they were at the, yes, that's what I'm getting to. Okay, so Alvaro Folgueras, 6'10", power forward. I just got to stop saying the name. Alvaro.
No, I think you're beautiful. I think you're doing great.
Well, I got some Spanish in my family. It's Spanish-Italian. There's a little bit of that mixed in there. Huh? Say that. Oh, well,
Mexican Italian, right?
Well, that was a joke. I'm not actually Mexican. I thought I was because my family came.
Your family came through Mexico, so like you obviously picked up some culture in quesadillas. It's fine.
But like blood, I'm not Mexican.
Lunch as well as a pizza. It's fine. You're late.
I'll be honest. We were in Italy for 2 weeks, and I told my wife. I looked at her and I said, "I need Mexican food. Like I need Mexican. Like I love this pizza. I love all this stuff. I need Mexican." I'm itching for some pollo con arroz. I need a little bit of that. I just need a little. Anyway, Folgueras, if you don't know, he scored the game winner versus Florida in the NCAA tournament. Reports were, I love this. I love that it's been happening. Like I said, I live on Twitter, especially right now. But my brother for doing it as well. And, people, and you never know if they're real or fake. People will try to get you. I got an hour or so before we did the show because I thought Nate Ament was going to be another player that was on this list, and it was Pete Nokos, not Pete Nakos, putting out the report because people like to do the fake reports. He got me because I was like, Pete, and I tweeted at Pat Kelsey. I know he ain't seeing my tweets. He probably
he is. He probably got him saved in a damn folder. So
there is no way he's seeing my tweets. But actually, I will say it does surprise me that like some people. I know like I'm universally hated like when it comes to Louisville fans, but I didn't think I'm just some dude
for speaking the truth. What are you to do?
But I'm just some dude on the internet. I'm just a fan. That's all I am. Like there's a microphone that
I got like text from Kentucky coaches being like, "We just shared a tweet of yours in our group chat," and I'm like,
"Oh no,
I'm not going to stop." And I hope you share more.
Yeah, but you have a much bigger following than I do. So like me, I'm just yelling into the void. And I like to think that I'm yelling into the void. I'm hoping that nobody hears me when I tweet stuff. It's just like, it is my personal therapy machine.
I'm doing death threats.
Yes, exactly. But so the rumor was that Pat Kelsey was out with him. And there have been multiple reports throughout this week that people have seen Pat Kelsey with multiple different recruits at different restaurants, high-end restaurants-ish, viewed as high-end, I guess, in Louisville. There's like, one was Deshaun Good, which we'll talk a little bit later. There's not a lot I'm going to really comment on him. I think he's a really good backup option that both Louisville and Kentucky are looking at. But basically, our guy, Folgueras, was out with Pat Kelsey at Porcini's on Friday night. And people, they love putting this out there, but they were saying that it was a celebratory mood. The mood was celebratory there. And I was like, okay, great. Wonderful. Wonderful.
It seems to be the place for that.
It seems to be the song. Well, that's what I thought too. I was like, okay, PK, I see what you're doing here. You were cleansing our past sins. You were making things right where what was wrong is now going to be right, and you will fix this program. You're willing He's willing to roll his sleeves up and get to work. And he went in there, and I would love to hear that they sat in the exact same booth. Like he said, saw that they were at the infamous Porcini.
I hope that booth has been
burned, like lit, like whatever. Yeah. Well, I would like to think that it's still there, and it's been cleaned up. I think reupholstered it, and now Pat Kelsey has christened it with Foguetas. But the reports. I mean, we've had reports throughout this week since Wednesday, and it's been really quiet about him. We thought he was going to pop for a while now, and we still haven't had anything. Maybe actually even been Tuesday. So I have no idea what's going on with him and how long we might have to wait for that. Like I said, that'll be another one. And then the one that everybody's kind of here for, and the one that everybody wants to talk about and everybody wants to see end up at Louisville. Well, maybe not if you're a Kentucky fan, or if you're a Duke or UCLA. I think that's everybody. Yeah, because Illinois is no longer in contention anymore. But that is John Blackwell, the guard from Wisconsin. He's viewed now as likely I guess depending on what portal rating service you look at, but he is viewed as probably the top prospect in the portal remaining. And this is where the latest update that we've had from it is Travis Branham, who said in the race for John Blackwell, I think I talk about Stojakovic staying at Illinois has a really big impact and could knock Illinois out of that race. And that would follow suit with Arizona falling out of contention. There's been very little to no mention of Alabama, which was included in his final 6. So now that brings his race down to Louisville, Duke, and UCLA. He visited UCLA. There's continuing growing talk around the industry as Duke is being a real contender. And then also said that Kelsey in Louisville made a push for Blackwell earlier this week. I promise I'm not just trying to I'm not trying to filibuster. So I'll let you speak too.
This is what we have to talk about right now. Like, go on. The more detail you can give, the better.
Thank you. As it was reported, the Cardinals flew out to California to see the Wisconsin transfer after his visit to UCLA. However, Branham did say that he's reporting that he believes the Duke Blue Devils are the ACC powerhouse, gaining real momentum right now and growing into a real contender. So what we know right now, though, and there was a little bit of an update today and a news story about him talking about what's going on with Blackwell that maybe could affect the situation there. And that is, so real quick, he is going to be visiting Duke tomorrow. He will be at Duke. And for Louisville, really, as a Louisville fan, you're just kind of praying and hoping that he gets through Monday, wakes up Tuesday, and hasn't committed yet. Shire doesn't hold him down and lock him in the Duke dungeon, whatever, and he gets to make it to visit. Shire looks like a freak. I feel like he'd be a freak. Buffalo Bill, Buffalo Shire.
He's like,
yeah, exactly.
Buffalo Bill video.
He's tucking. I feel like he's tucking. I could see that. Strebel's one. I think he's a tucker, and I think maybe Strebel, if you're watching this, I'm calling you out, buddy.
We love you. I miss you.
Strebel did, by the way, the other day make a comment saying that Anna Tarullo has ghosted him the last time they texted, and somebody made a joke saying that I blocked his number on your phone or something like that, so that way you would only stay on EL Plus and not go back with Strebel.
That's not true at all.
It's true, Strebel.
Strebel,
it's true. It's true, Strebel. It's over, son.
I'm just gonna.
You're texting him right now.
But okay, there you go. Good. So it's like, I don't want to misconstrue. Like,
maybe just say,
"You my guy, I miss you."
Hey, sports fan, how you doing?
Hey, cat fan, what's new?
Anyway, that the latest update that we have there that could affect the situation is the rumor is that Texas Tech guard Christian Anderson could be entering the portal. I don't know if that's been confirmed as of yet. He averaged 18.5 minutes. Wait. I think that should have been points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game, and 7.4 assists per game, shooting at 47%. Yeah, it's one or the other. Duke is the likely suitor for him. And Trilly Donovan did allude to the late entry that would basically move the entire top 100 prospects back by one. So that's something I'm looking out for. I'm hoping that's the case, because you're telling me if Blackwell is, if they're going to turn their their attention over to Christian Anderson and maybe lock it up. And maybe it's something that's already kind of being worked out behind the scenes. Maybe that makes the likelihood of Blackwell coming to Louisville just a little bit more likely. UCLA, again, still in contention there, but he visited UCLA, was working out in California, and something about Mick Cronin didn't make him shut it down. I don't know. I'm surprised.
Not to be emotionally abused. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. Rat man. I don't want to stay here. And I actually like Mick. He's just kind of
every 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's got a little too much going on there. Let's see. Schneider says, Anna, your thoughts on the new UK backcourt being better than Wall Bledsoe. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. That comment by KSR. I mean, this is why people hate you. This is why people don't respect you. This is why, I understand. This is when you become too big and you just become a problem because you can just put any dumbass opinion out there.
Y'all know how I feel. Y'all know how I feel. We'll get to it when Soforo says it's time to get to it. But the state of things, how things have eroded, right? It's disgusting to me, and it's sad. It's honestly sad, and we'll get to it when we get to it. I have opinions.
Okay. Yeah. We'll save that for the second half of the show, I guess. We're doing, well, we'll see. There were a lot of things that I put on this, and I don't think we're really going to get to a lot of it because I'm sorry, this probably is going to be a basketball show. The football stuff, it's fine. If you don't want to air your spring games on TV, I don't get it. Neither Kentucky or Louisville was on TV. Louisville you could listen to. I got notes from people saying about the field goal kicking be a problem. And that's kind of it. Negative. That was the most negative.
From the spring game?
Kickers. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, most football, if you're a real football Freddie, the kickers shouldn't have a place on the field. They shouldn't. There shouldn't be a kicker. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Go play a little footy. Go play some footy. Go play against Ronaldo. Go play against. I'm wearing a Juventus thing right now. I just realized I had that on earlier.
You got to do a Juventus. You had to.
Little Juve. Okay. That being said, so as we work through Louisville, John Blackwell, that's an interesting thing to really watch there with Christian Anderson. Does that really play a factor? Or are they unfortunately going to be able to lock him up tomorrow? We'll see. But basically, we're going to be on high alert. Make sure you if you're like me and you're an insane person, you turn on the alerts for certain people on Twitter just to see,
That's Anna Tarullo.
And that is Anna Tarullo, Diana Rossini. It's the few people out here. I don't know how they keep Jody. How does Jody keep getting scoops? How does Jody do it? That's my question. I just want to know what Jody does. What is Jody doing to get those scoops? Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, as we continue on, two other prospects to talk about for Louisville. Deshaun Good is one that I mentioned earlier. He's a 6'8" forward at Robert Morris. He visited Louisville last week. Reports that he was at Steak and Bourbon downtown. Again, people just, I feel like I just need to do runs throughout this week and just stop in Porcini's, Steak and Bourbon, Jeff Ruby's. Anna, I'm gonna sign you, Anna. You and Big Dog go on up to Jeff Ruby's.
Let's just go to the bar and see what we see.
I think it would actually be great if we did that. I just brought just me.
Body cams, we're police.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? What are you ordering for your appetizer?
We're live streaming the show. We just do it. Yeah, we actually could. That actually would be hilarious. I actually think that'd be great content.
Why don't we get sponsorship from Porcini? I actually know the owners. They used to be my neighbors when I was growing up. Let's go and get it sponsored, and we'll just see who we see.
Who owns Porcini? Is their family name actually Porcini?
Corey. It's the Corey family.
Oh, okay.
They're actually Lebanese, not even Italian.
Because the connections I had were a level lower. I missed them. R.I.P. John Fandrisi over at Rockies. Rockies was my place.
R.I.P. Rockies.
I loved Rockies.
That was the Thunder of a Louisville spot, dude.
See, and that was a family friend, and I never took him up on it, and I never went out there. I wish I did because that was always my thought. It was let's get a table out there. Problem is, I feel like I'd have to be sitting my happy ass at this table all day long. or for it to work. I don't know how, but I did feel like that would be perfect. But R.I.P. to Rockies. The bread and the olive oil was my favorite thing. It was the best, and I wish I could get that recipe.
I have the best family memories from Rockies.
Yeah. Did you go to the old one?
Yeah, in Indiana, right?
Well, yeah, it was the one in India. So there were three total. So when I say three, there was the one across in Indiana that you can see from. That's the well. So you also might be a little bit younger. So because you're a little bit younger than me.
I'm so young.
Yes, you're a baby. But so before they moved there, they had one like near the docks. It was like closer to where it was like a smaller, much smaller little joint. And I remember they had the breads.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, it was fire at both places, but it was just something about that original one that was special. And then I loved it because at the time I lived out in Shelby County. So they moved it was a little bit closer off Westport where that B-Dubs is off Westport. Used to be Rockies as well.
Lives there, I'm pretty sure. I went to Street Bowl.
Yeah. That B-Dubs used to be a Rockies. That was built to be Rockies. Yeah, or I don't know if it was built, but it was completely redone. I think it was built, but my mom, before I could drive, she used to drive me out there to get to-goes. Like a little fat boy who was like, I need it. I need my
Relatable. Give me that Italian sub, baby. Give me that pizza.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I've totally missed the chat, so I appreciate you guys blowing it up. Real quick, if you haven't already, do me a solid favor, smash like, subscribe, go to the YouTube channel. Also, I do want to make sure to take a moment real quick to shout out one of our sponsors. I need to send Anna one of these next time so she can do the read because she's more of a pro than me. No, I don't do radio. She does.
I'm just here for the good vibes.
Exactly. But we want to shout out to our friends over at Juiced Fuel. With Juiced Fuel, they bring the gas straight to your car, at home, at work, wherever you are. Skip the gas station for good. Use the code THEVILLE. It's all one word, THEVILLE, no space, and get your first month of VIP membership free. Download the app today. That's Juiced Fuel. And one of the reasons that we have them as one of our partners is because our friend Creighton Harley ran out of gas driving around Louisville, and he needed somebody to come help him out. And they decided it was a whole bit it was a whole kerfuffle, if you will, at the station, and he had to be saved by one of our listeners. But Juice Fuel has decided that they will save you if you have any issues, you run out of gas or whatever you need. They will bring the gas straight to your car, at home, at work, wherever you are. Remember, use that code THEVILLE, all one word, THEVILLE, for your first month of VIP membership free today. Juice Fuel. Thanks, guys.
Creighton, dude, I love Creighton.
He kills me. Creighton takes me out with some of his takes. He does not care, and he will just say stuff.
Have I told you this before? I've known Creighton since he was like a sophomore in high school. The dude I dated in high school used to drive Creighton to school every morning, and so when we reconnected, I was like, yeah. I was like, Creighton, listen, I've been knowing you, Creighton, but that's my dog.
That changes things and makes it funnier to me a little bit now that I know that you actually knew him from way back. I enjoy that. Big Blue says, I can't wait till Stokes commits and hear the reactions. We'll see. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Alex Chaser says, didn't good. Right. Okay. Let me actually check, and I need an update on this real quick. If you want to, I hate to make you, if you have any opinions you want to give, but Alex Chester is saying, didn't good commit to Miami? I'm going to look that up and see if I can get confirmation. Because if he did, I thought he may be announcing, but I didn't see if that was confirmed. But that is actually here. And this is what I'll ask you. This is the prompt that I'll give you. Deshaun Good visited Louisville. Like I said, they went to Steak and Bourbon Bar, and then the next day they went to
downtown or Westport Road, because it makes a difference.
Downtown, the new one downtown. Okay. I don't know. Is there one that's better that you prefer? Oh, you're
talking with dates at both of them? Yeah. And do I prefer Westport? Yeah, I do.
Which one do you like better?
Westport.
Is that the one that's in the village? It used to be. I believe that used to be like a Spanish tapas place.
Yeah. It used to be like the tapas place. Yeah.
Hey, your boy knows some tapas. My wife likes going for tapas. Shout out Shout out, they're not a sponsor, but I do want to shout out Mojitos Tapas. If you want to sponsor us, you should, because we love that place over there off of a Holiday Manor or whatever. They're delicious. I got some good stuff there. And the prompt I give you is this: if you're good and you go to Louisville and you're recruited and you go out to Steak and Bourbon and you're like, okay, that's cool, I guess. And then the next place you go is Miami and you go down to Miami. Like, how different of a world is that? I know that you've been down. I think I remember you talking to Streeble when you had a girls trip or something out there in Miami. I can't remember what it was. A little bit different world, right?
Okay. That was like the third time I've been there. The first time I went was college, and it was like Georgia Florida weekend, and like me and like one of like my friends who was like definitely like a baddie. She was like, let's just go to like Miami, and like meet up with like her hot NFL boyfriend. And it's like, yeah, I ain't trying to go to freaking Jacksonville right now. I'm trying to meet up with like your hot NFL boyfriend in Miami. So we did that. It was fine, and then I went again for like a bachelorette party. Let's say like 2018. And then I went again, let's say like 2 years ago with like one of my besties, like also definitely a hottie. So we went to all the like the cool clubs and stuff. And like I like Miami, but like I think it's hard, like especially like as a male, like at that age, yeah, it would probably be tough to make a decision based off that. But like I don't know, like if Jay Lucas is your coach and that's what you're going off of, I think you can't truly base it off of like who has the best steak restaurant. Like, and I don't know, I like Miami. Like it feels a little bit like Vegas to me. Like it's fireworks, it's fun, it's exciting for like a weekend, but like what's the depth there, right? So like, am I gonna make my decision based off that? Me personally, no, probably not. But like if I'm a young man,
that's what I'm saying. Put yourself in these shoes. Put yourself. You're a teenage, early 20s-year-old man, and you're gonna go down to South Beach or whatever down there, and you got the clubs and you got the beach, the nude beaches, and all this stuff going on. Where you going?
Everything.
Yeah. So and it looks like, and thank you guys, y'all did clarify it. I see it on Twitter and other places. Yeah. So Deshaun Good's not even on the list anymore. He did commit to Miami, and that's what happens when you go down there and Jai Lucas is there waiting for you, and he does this thing.
I love Jay, dude. Like I would like to clarify, like as I have before, not part of the Calipari tree, but he was one of like the smartest coaches I had interviewed. Like when I worked closely with Kentucky. He's got it going on. And like if anyone says, like who's on your short list to ever be when inevitably Mark Pope gets fired. I talked about this tonight, like at a friend's birthday. We were trying to celebrate her. And what do I bring up? I'm like, get Mark Pope out of here. Let's bring in Jay Lucas. I'm ready.
That is you were fully on board the Jay Lucas train. I knew we talked a little bit about it as an idea last year, but now that is your guy, and you're riding and dying with Jay Lucas for now on.
I mean, like how well has he done at Miami? Like very well. So I like it. I'm down for it.
That's interesting. Okay, that'll follow into my hot take bit a little bit later in the show. Golden Roberts says, and I saw somebody else who said, sorry, I skipped it. Dougie Hudson says Stokes between Kentucky or Kansas. Stokes. We know he's not going to Louisville. We're aware. That's been clear since like October. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Joke on y'all. Move on from KP. Pat has to do better in the tournament. I went to school with Shane and Peyton. CH. If you went to school with them. Oh wait, you went to school with them. Got receipts and kicked out before Shane Mahanan did. Lots of. Okay, I will tell you this. If you went to, no offense, Gold Roberts. No, I know you're. First of all, I know you're a UK fan because I see your hating ass comments in here all the time. Second off, Golden Roberts, judging by your spelling and your grammar, I hope you did not graduate from the University of Louisville.
College.
I don't believe it.
I don't know if you even went to college. Just kidding. I support you.
And second off, I actually did go with Shane and Peyton and them, and they were at most of our fraternity parties every weekend, and they were there, and they were like Shane Mahanan had a for my fraternity. He did the sign and everything, and held up for us during our football games and stuff. He's my guy. Shane's our dude. No. It was a fraternity intramurals. I don't know. You know what it is. What it is. Shane Mahanan cheered on my fat ass. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, but
you would also be better at pickup than Zach Bryan, and you know it. So, bro.
I don't know. I'll be honest. On a fast break, your boy's crumbling. I would not. I would pass. I would just make the smart. I would make the. You know the truth when it comes to playing basketball. I know my role. I'm a defender. I'm a high energy defender. When it comes to shooting, I'm gonna make a pass. I'll make the pass. I'll make the assist. That's what I'm there for.
That is the best shot you can make.
Exactly. Thank you.
Dribbling like this down the court like Zach Bryan. Sorry, and that's what I feel.
I love that tweet by you took off. I love that was one of them that took off for you.
I'm like, that wasn't even a joke. Like I wasn't even trying to. It wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it was just you saying I got the egg from it.
I went out tonight for a friend's birthday, and like people's husbands were like, "That was like so fun." Like the Zach, right? I was like, "That wasn't like I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just trying to share that like that's disgusting to me as a person. It was gross." But like, yeah, I don't even know. Like it was rough, and I wouldn't have played in public if I had those handles. But that's just me. I'm not a country and western star. So who am I to say?
I don't know that I could get at any level of fame that I'd be like, I'm gonna go play with college level athletes. I remember regularly playing with my friends, like basketball at the SAC or whatever it was at U of L, and there'd be the first court, which was always sometimes U of L players would come play with regular people, but all the regular people that played were like guys that had just graduated from college that wanted to visit, that were D1 athletes, or like guys that went pro but came back and were like, we didn't really make it pro, but they played some Europe or something like that. Guys that would be putting their nuts on my head. It's the only way that I can say it. I'm not playing against those guys.
Yeah. Same. And it's like Brian's like,
yeah,
I don't know. So embarrassing. I don't even know.
No, it was pretty disgusting.
I want guys in there like girls. I don't know. It just wasn't cute. It wasn't cute.
Yeah,
it wasn't cute.
No, I'll agree with you in there. Golden Roberts, go Duke, go UK, go Duke. My two favorite teams now, just because U of L hates them. And what y'all do to Rick, no backbone. Hey, okay, I'll agree with you on the Rick thing. I would have stood by my man. That's my man. What's the thing? That's my man. He's mine. Yeah, that's mine. It's like a meme. It's a meme of this woman who's like, I think it's like her dude's like disgusting or whatever. She's like, Dad, that's my man. That's him. Yeah, and I think people use that as it's become a meme. You're not as chronically online as you used to be. Anna. I don't know what to tell you.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Anyway, also
maybe in different corners of the internet.
I think we have very different algorithms. I guess is what it is. But also like my dude, I don't have anything against Duke. Louisville beat Duke more than most teams.
You don't have anything against Duke?
Not really. No. I mean, I would like to beat them now. I would like PK to stop, playing well in the first half and then getting his ass kicked in the second half. I don't want to do this podcast. But you also know the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I like Duke. I like Tennessee because like I go out and I got a Tennessee friend. I got a guy who's a big Tennessee fan. We're out there in the hallway. We're like dapping each other up every day at work. And we're like, all right, man. All right, what's up? What's up, homie? What's up,
I never understood the Tennessee hate. I don't know if have I talked about this before? Rocky, pesto breadsticks from Rockies were the best. Yes.
Yeah. Your boy loves some pesto.
1283, yes.
Yeah.
But no, I never really understood the Tennessee hate until I lived in Lexington, and I think you're a little bit closer, like geographically, to Tennessee that way. I was always like, Louisville, obviously, biggest rival, whatever. I may have spoken about this before, but living in Lexington, I'm just like, I hate Tennessee with a whole new passion than I ever did before I lived close to them. But wow, what a hater! And I hate to say that I respect it, Soforo. I hate to say that I respect that out of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I respect that you respect our enemies.
But see, the problem is, I'll be honest, but there's also a bunch of UK people and stuff there. And like right now it's a hard time and that's going to be part of the conversation later. You're kind of doing what we did a few years ago, not nearly as bad. And you probably wish it were worse because then you can move on quicker. That's kind of like Andy brought it up the other day.
You can take them out to pasture.
Right. But Andy brought it up the other day that like Louisville basketball fans are kind of got lucky with Kenny Payne because he was so horrendously bad as a former player, as all this stuff, that it wasn't even a question that a year 3 wouldn't happen. Like, even though I remember people telling me, no, he's going to get a year 3, but he was so abysmal that they couldn't make it. They were the amount of money that they were bleeding having Kenny Payne there from ticket sales or the lack thereof, the players, all that, the pure animosity from the fan base lashing back out to them. They couldn't afford it to continue it on. And that's kind of where, like, we'll see if that happens with Kentucky this year is where I'm going to go with it. And we were about to get into the
thing with football, right? It's like getting your ass kicked by Louisville. Like, that's what did it. And so it was like you almost root for a freaking like nuclear meltdown.
Yeah, you had to have 82-14 the last, couple, whatever it was.
Like, I root for something disgusting to happen. And I don't want to be like that. I want to be positive. I don't want to be how I am, okay? And UK has ruined me as a person. I'm toxically positive, and we just went through this with football. I don't want to do it with basketball, but I'm here again. It's like, I want you to get embarrassed. I want you to be like, is there something wrong with me as a person? Like, do I care too much? I'm like, I want you to be humiliated. I want you to be humiliated until you're gone. Like, do I have something I need to, like, resolve in my soul?
No, this is, and we're going to, we'll get, I apologize because I feel like it's going to be repetitive, guys, but we also saw Louisville fans did this show for 2 years straight. Like, it started very shortly into the Kenny Payne era, and there were a lot of us who were angry. I was one of them. A lot of people turned on me quick, and then by year two, by the start of year two, or like a day or two in, there were a lot of people who came to my side, and that's what's going to happen with you probably a little bit, where there's a lot of people that want you to be happy.
They already are. Listen, Soforo.
Yeah.
After football, when people like sunshine pumped, and they're like, all right, no, this guy does fucking suck. And after last year with Mark Pope, like not the previous year, but like his first year, and I'm like, well, defense is weak, and it's soft, and it sucks. And they wanted to defend him, and now finally they're like on my Tennessee is Lowdown. They dirty day some snitches. Thank you, retweet. But it's like people are finally on my side, and now it's like anybody who isn't, you're an idiot, and that feels just really good. Like, should I run for president? I don't know. Like, maybe that's in the future. So ever being about everything. What should I do?
There's just something with me, like, and it makes me sound like an a-hole. It just does. And maybe I am, but I feel like you and I both have like a pretty good read on situations. Like, I don't believe in whatever, people like to say they have, I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in that kind of crap.
I don't believe in love. I don't believe in friendship. I don't believe in good feelings. But like winning.
I mean, I guess I believe in an intuition, I guess is what I was saying. But like, there's just like a gut feeling that I have. Like, I can pretty quickly say, okay, this is going to work or this is not going to work. Like, for the most part, usually there's not a lot where I've been wrong on. Kenny Payne was clear. Satterfield, I just felt like he was Crackthorpe 2.0 kind of thing early on. Nice guys, not really terrible, but never were going to be good competitors who are going to go out there and just, they're not AHs enough to, and I don't know why I'm bleeping myself out. They're not assholes enough to go out there and compete the way that Rick Pitino.
You did that like 6 times tonight.
I don't know. I think it's because there are people that are becoming aware that I do this more and more that I'm like, oh no, I got to start. Yeah. People, actually, multiple people at church today were like, "Oh, you're doing that? Oh, well, I'll try to tune in tonight." I'm like, "Hey, you know,
that guy's a dick." All right.
The best part is every time I'm like, "Yeah, you don't have to do that. You don't need to tune in. It's okay." It's kind of like I like the idea of doing this to no one. Like, I'm just doing it for me, if that makes sense. But
people watch, I'm like, I don't want to know. It's like a way to air my frustration. I don't want to know.
By the way, we do have a lot of people watching and tuning in today, so shout out you guys. Love you all. Appreciate the support and all that stuff. So definitely do me a favor, smash the like, hit subscribe button over there on the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Real quick, what we're touching on though, you were touching on. That's a weird way to say that. We were discussing. Help me out. What were we discussing? Thank you. This is where it comes down. Oh, the where you are as a UK fan and the process you're about to go through in this next season, which is going to be very much. There are people out there, and like I have my friend Dwight. Shout out Dwight if you're watching. But he's still not full in on the hate of Mark Pope. He's kind of like, I'm still sitting back and waiting to see what happens. And I'm like, man, how can you witness what happened last season and expect anything to be different? And I told it's the same thing where I would be like, I gave myself a half a second because I knew I was going to have to deal with year 2 of Kenny Payne. And I was like, game 1, game 2, let's see what happens. Maybe it was just an enigma. Maybe whatever happened, it was just a blimp on the radar.
It's like a one-off, right?
And it's not going to be a blip on the radar. There are guys who are built for this job. There are guys who have the mental fortitude, who have the backbone, who have, we call it, my friends in the Italian soccer call it grinta. They have grinta. There's guys who have that. As much as I don't despise him, but like Ronaldo had it. Like those kind of guys that he played for Juventus, kind of was crap at Juventus. And there's certain guys though I know that they have it. Rick Pitino has it. Cal has it. Denny Crum had it. Guys like that, in the past. This guy does not have it. Pat Kelsey is TBD because he has that energy. He has that, that I don't want to say animosity, the ferocity or whatever it is. It's got that little dog, little man, angry Simeon.
Like no Soforo, same. I had this conversation with I went to this birthday party tonight and a friend's husband. I was like, we were talking about this and I was like, like PK's a little bit different. It's like he has that Chihuahua mentality. Like he'll be yapping. He's a little bit. At least he has it a little bit more than Mark Pope does, right?
Yeah, he's got something.
I want you to be a psycho. I want you to be a sociopath. And it's like, and I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to make some political statement about this or about that. But it's like we've just softened everything so much. So it's like sometimes to succeed, why have we vilified being kind of a sociopath? Don't kill anybody, but sometimes you need, I did something that's good for society. I think you need, listen, you need carpenters too. You need grave diggers too, right? Yeah. And maybe you need psychos too. I don't think you need serial killers too, but sometimes you need a crazy person who can get some shit done.
Yeah, psychos are built, that's military. Go in the military, get your killing done there. Yeah.
You need somebody crazy who has no, who can just go cold and just make it happen. And it's just weird to me that Mark Pope had Rick Pitino as a mentor and as a head coach. And I just think society right now, and I'm not trying to make some big statement on it all, but it's why are we vilifying that? Sometimes that works. And sometimes you need to be scared of who's in charge of you so you can get stuff done. I don't know. Maybe that's called I don't know.
I'll say this and then say this in a weird way. I don't want to. It's not weird, but it's maybe
it's called having a child, dad, okay? And it's okay.
So I didn't have a scary dad. I had a scary mom, and she put the fear of God into me, and it was one of those things.
I had scary two of them. Both of them were scary.
Right. Oh, see, okay. I'm a child of divorce. My kids, but my mom, she definitely put that into me where I was getting good ass grades. I was getting all A's. B's were the floor. If you got a B, you got to work on it. Yeah. Stuff like that. She drove that into me, kind of thing. And it's not that I'm successful, but it makes me reach a level of success that I'm not willing to part from, kind of thing. And that's why I feel like guys that don't have that
make good decisions.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's very much, and I love that you said that because very much, look at Mick Cronin. He's an a-hole. He's that kind of guy. And I don't want Pat Kelsey to have that little man sensitivity that Mick Cronin has where every time somebody, you question me, bro, you whatever. And I'm like, dude, shut up. You're 5'8". Chill out.
It doesn't work unless you have results.
Yeah.
As a man.
Yeah.
A woman.
But it's just also you can be short and whatever. You just be a man. You know what I mean? Rick Pitino ain't gonna be you questioning me, you second guess me. Cal doesn't do that. Cal would find a way to put you verbally on your ass. You know what I mean? They will do that. That's what I love about those kind of guys.
I love that too. Does that make me a non for women woman? I don't think so at all. I think you respect people who can get a result and who are not scared of any type of consequence of standing up for what they think will work, right? And I think intrinsically players can feel that. I think Mark Pope, and let's get into this. I think Mark Pope is a large part of the problem is he's gonna kowtow to well, how does it make you feel? It's I don't give a fuck how it makes you feel. How are you fucking rebounding? And I'm sorry to be the one that cusses the most on the show, but that's what matters.
Have at it.
That's what counts. I don't want somebody who's are your feelings hurt because you did bad on your biology exam? It's all right, are you getting paid as a millionaire to come ace your personal problems? No, you're getting paid to play hard. And if I'm I don't know. I'm trying to like watch my language. Like,
no, you're good. Sorry, it's me. I'm setting a bad precedence. I'm not trying to cage us. I'm not trying to whatever. We can let it out. That's the whole point of having EL Plus.
It like grinds my gears, and like maybe like I am more like masculine of an example of like modern day like woman of how they feel, but like I don't know. I just feel like if you want a result, let's look at like the history of things that work, and it's like being accountable and just not like it's like being accountable at the expense of your emotions. And I think that is like the crux of what is wrong with Mark Pope. And it's like he wants to worry about like how everyone's feeling and like how do you fit into this and how do you fit into that? Like how about be a damn like a baller and be like, this is the system we play. Can you fit into it? Get in here. And how do you play for me? Like how am I not going to modify what I do for you? And that's kind of the whole problem.
No, I love that. And I think also we just talk about it so many times about there are people that are bigger than the job, that have bigger ego or bigger, and it doesn't even have to be ego. It's just you have to be stronger than you have to handle the university and the program, not let it handle you. And that's what happens so many times. We've seen it with Louisville football. We've seen it with you've seen guys who've gone from Mark Stoops, who it looked like he had a hold of it, and then it got away from him pretty quickly. You have to step up for these roles in these situations. SEC football ain't, even though it can be a little bit overhyped. Let's not kid ourselves. I love. No. But I'll say this as an ACC. I'm not an ACC guy. As a Louisville fan, but. As a Louisville fan, I get it. I see the drug. I see the allure of SEC football. I get why I love the culture of it. The culture of SEC football is special. SEC football has not been the pre-ultimate whatever. They haven't been winning all the titles the last few years. They haven't even been in the championship game. The last 3 years? Yeah. So, and the Big Ten's been doing the Big Ten. The Big Ten, who I think is musty and boring as hell, is owning everything right now. It is what it is. But that being said,
people love them more. They're winning everything, and they're not like, we're the Big Ten, like we're the best. It's like we don't give a shit. We'll win.
Well, I got it.
I love that. It's the Tim Duncan mentality that I've been talking about all show.
Yeah, Adrian Woolley. But that's what I have an uncle, or I guess an uncle through marriage or whatever. He's also a Paisan. Kenny Turry, shout out. He watches it sometimes. I love him, but he is. This is through my wife's family, but he is. I don't even know how to describe it. He is. I've told you this before. I think he's a Big Ten fan. Like he loves all the Big Ten schools. Like he's likes
like Rob Lowe with the NFL hat.
Yes, basically. Yeah, absolutely. Like he lives in Indiana, so he likes Indiana a lot, and like good for him. And they won whatever. I had to eat it a little bit because we have family members that are UK fans, and I'm a Louisville fan, and we just go back and forth with each other, just making fun of Indiana the whole time. So then now he got to, now this summer he's gonna be jumping into that pool, and I know what's gonna happen. This summertime we're gonna be at the pool, and he's just gonna be sitting there living his life, and I can't say a damn thing. And he's gonna be making me eat it a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a former bodybuilder too, which makes it funnier. But he's he's older now. So we got way off topic, but this is the best conversation I feel like.
It's called the ADHD hour. That's what we do.
And we are going to get to the Kentucky stuff now. Bosman Media, shout out Corey. Thank you for joining us last week. Says that's like saying Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Dude, I'm not doing your WWE stuff. I can't do it. I don't know what that means. I don't know who Roman Reigns is. I don't know what CM Punk is. Huh? Oh, you know that? You know what okay. I will say, okay, damn it, I'm getting off topic again. I will say this. Back in like 2014-ish, I remember there's a show on E or something like that. It was like all the female whatever wrestlers.
And I'm like, or whatever.
It was the Bell Twins. It was the Bell Twins, and I was like, I'll watch it. Okay, I was like, okay, I'll.
You're acting like you didn't know.
I was like, okay, all right, Nikki Bella. Okay, well, let's watch this. Let's see what you got going here. Let me crack a beer.
Is she dating like a younger man now or something?
I don't know, but I wasn't that invested. I know at the time she was with John Cena, and then I was like, I did the one thing I did say is I was like, God, I like John Cena. Like he seems like a really chill. smart dude. That's all I like. But anyway, that's all I know. Anyway, that's it.
Roman Reigns, hottie. That's all I'm gonna say to the female viewers. And I know there's like 3, but
well, I'll start looking out for him. Additionally, he says, "Hey Justin, saw you clowning those UK football players on Twitter. How about those 6 years y'all didn't win?" You know what, bro? If you want to keep diving into the past, I don't really like to bring up the past. I like to think about the here and now. And the here and now is a 2-game winning streak. Louisville's won 82-14 against UK, and then we've got the, like I said, the 2 of the weakest looking Mayo boys. I don't know who he's got there on staff, but they're like tiny. They look like they should be in high school, throwing L's down, and they're coaches. And then you have a couple players. I don't know who the bleep they are. I don't know if they were on the team before. I don't know if they're new players. But maybe right now, maybe every photo doesn't. And I just to clarify, because people do this thing where they're like, "You're upset about L's down." I'm not upset about L's down. I throw L's down at Streeble every time I enter the studio. Like every time I'm in there, or at Andy. I don't mind. I'll throw it. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not one of those.
Tattoo, it would be like
that would be your tattoo. It would
probably be like the Virgin Mary, but like the second one would be.
What's going on with that thumb? What's going on with the thumb?
No, I'm just.
If you get an L's down tattoo, okay, sign. I'll sign up for that. Get an L's down.
I remember Megan Fox thumb drove up.
If you enjoy the L's down or the L's up, you can become a member on this channel, and it'll allow you to drop L's down in the chats. I don't know if anybody else is throwing them in there today, but you can do that.
That was the best transition I've ever heard.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And shout out to all our members. Really, you guys you make it worth doing this. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, look at the members. Look at these guys.
I didn't have members until right now, but I appreciate that.
We do. Drew Hoskins, one of your guys is there, is one of our members. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Drew. I wore my Tarullo in Cajun shirt the other day, and I appreciate you.
Let's see. A couple more comments, and then I promise we're getting the last thing on UofL real quick. And I guess this is UofL and UK. There's another new target as well. Louisville I think he's visiting Kentucky and Louisville this week. Gabe Dines, 7'5" center, Southern California. He's from Independence, Kentucky, so it makes sense. To me, this is like one of those guys that absolutely, I mean, if he ain't paying much and he just wants to join the roster, I'll take a 7'5" dude to take up some space. My only issue with him is he's a junior, he's a junior. Played 3 years. He averages 2.9 points per game, 2.3 rebounds, and 0.4 assists. His minutes, 2023, he played 13.6 minutes a game, went up to 21.8 in 2024, and then went back down to 11.9 last year. So this is one of those guys that kind of wait till the last minute probably to add, or, like I said, if it's real cheap and you need a body, 7'5", I wouldn't mind having a 7'5" dude out there just to take up space. Be big as fuck.
Michigan,
you know what I mean?
Whatever, right?
Yeah. Just be big. That's all. That's all I need. That's kind of it for Louisville right now. I see people in there also commenting on about we're keeping it. Like I said, I am refreshing all throughout this show just in case anything comes out about either Folgueras or about Blackwell. But as it stands right now, guys, Blackwell will be visiting. Sorry, so where's the comment? A bunch of people saying they love you, which is either very nice or very weird. It's one of those you never know. Cardinal just joined. Any update on Blackwell as it stands right now? And make sure you hit that like button while you're joining. Blackwell right now visiting Duke tomorrow. The main interesting part, and he was hopefully visiting Louisville the day or two after that. The most important part is that they get him off of Durham without signing, and then also keep an eye on Texas Tech and Christian Anderson. If he has already entered the portal, or if he does enter the portal, that could be a guy that is going to be like a top priority for everybody, and maybe they would go after him instead of Blackwell, because the link seems to be like 1-to-1 Duke to Texas Tech for him, and then maybe that's something where things are already working in the background for him to go over there. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, there's Drew. Unfortunately, this doesn't show up. Ecam fixed it up. Ecam fixed it up where the emojis that I make, the L's down, show up in the thing. I need it because otherwise, if I use some other things, it would show up. But for some reason, it doesn't. L's down looks like the state of Texas. Okay. That's over. Louisville won't win again while Stein is at the helm. All right, we'll see. Y'all are getting real chesty about Stein. I will. Okay.
I'm gonna say, Soforo? What you gonna say about my boy, dog?
No,
feed the studs. No time from the yacht. What you gonna say about my boy?
Stein's gonna stuff Rob in a locker, Furman. Okay, so I know Jay Paul y'all's been around for a while because if he knows the Furman reference, the worst nickname that Andy Sweeney ever came up with for me, lazy, but it's fine. I appreciate, I respect it. Well, oh, dang it. You know, the Incredible Bulk is another one. It's Strebel that I had AI'd into a blue Hulk with a little bit of a gut. But it was one of my favorite ones that I made. It was one of back when he used to rant and, well, he still rants. When he turns into the Incredible Bulk, you can use that one as well, guys. Anyway, let's see. Cronin gives me blink if you're in trouble vibes. Yeah. And then when will UVL start signing some role players if we sign Figueroa? Yeah, we will have 5 players. We need some come off the bench, guys. I think you'll see that coming up. I think really right now, PK is just trying to hit the big hitters. Like right now, Louisville, whether they have the money or not, they are spending the money. And we've had people talk about it. It doesn't really interest me to really discuss if they're using, private equity or however they're doing it, especially given that Louisville talked about how much money, they did that. They penned that whole letter basically saying, hey, we're poor. We don't have money. And now they're throwing money around. Like I know. That
was like the most shocking thing to me. It's like, we don't have, like last season, it was like, we don't have the money to spend on like top recruits. And now it's like they're daddy Warbucks. I don't get it. Where did that come from? Yeah.
Is that the Monopoly guy? Is that who the Monopoly guy is? Or is that I know that reference, or I've heard that reference.
Was like Little Orphan Annie. And it's like, who does money daddy Warbucks? Okay.
The weird thing for me with that one is I didn't love it because to me, I didn't love my university, my team kind of crying poor right before the portal started. But also, it's not
the competition line.
Yeah, I mean, I know they also pointed out to like Ohio State and a few other places that have money being like they. Let's be honest. But they pointed, they pointed out to a few schools being like, it's not sustainable for them, it's not sustainable for them, and it's not sustainable for us. Do what?
Yeah. It was just like y'all broke us out, is what it felt like.
Thank you. Yes, that's what it was. That's no, but it did. Like I kind of felt that way. But then when they come out and they're batting and they're throwing money around at everybody, I'm like, okay, well, either you figured out a way to make this last, or we're just spending money that we ain't have. And I know how that credit card debt works, bro.
Not only like how the credit card debt works, but like how does it feel for like UK having the most expensive roster last season and just shitting the bed?
Yeah,
and it's like. I think PK is a little bit smarter than that, though. And like, as like an honest fan, as a college basketball fan, not as just like a UK homer, I can admit that like I have a little bit more respect for like how how PK is gonna put together a roster than Mark Pope just trying to like be a Christian camp counselor to everybody. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I trust it a little bit more.
I think he'll utilize them a little bit better. I think it's interesting because I've listened to Field of 68 and stuff like that with our guy Jeff Goodman. I know Strebel hates him, and a lot of people don't like him, but I think Jeff Goodman. I think he's tremendous. Like, I think the amount of information, he seems like a good guy. He seems, his daughter's working in media now, and it's cool to see that continue on. I don't know. People always want to find reasons to like be upset. Oh yeah, you say Camilla one day. Camilla can do it. She might. Maybe one day. I'll tell you, like, she might have the most interest right now watching. She watched. What's she watching me? She watched. She watched the Juventus game today. It was just me and her, just snuggled up. She was right here. I'm just holding her, and she was watching. And she may have fallen asleep a little bit, but it's fine. She's
that was like me and my dad.
That's what I'm hoping. I was like, I hope my boys do it too. But if it's my daughter, I'll be more than happy for it to be me.
Girl. Like, I love that. I hope that for her. Okay,
I
what
hope
were
so.
you gonna say?
No. So couple things. Your favorite Brunette says, "What's your opinion on Case and Pryor?" I mean, best of luck to you, bro. I don't know. Like, unfortunately, it didn't work out. I really liked Case and Pryor. Year one, he obviously only played till the Indiana game where he got hurt. He showed a lot of upside. He was also a baller at South Florida whatever happened when he got injured and whatever happened this year, whether it was injury or whether it was issue with PK or whatever, I don't know what it was. But he may get that extra year, but where he's going to end up is going to be not at Louisville. So, best of luck to you if he ends up getting that, 7th year of eligibility is what I think it is now. It's something insane.
Damn job.
Yeah, exactly. Kel, I'm chesty about the roster, and he's a Louisville boy. You should love him. I'll talk about Will Stein. I do love Will Stein. I still like him. I honestly, here's the thing. Actually, no, pause. We're going to save this conversation for later because this kind of goes into my take later, and we'll talk about it later, okay? So UK fans, you get comfortable. Grab yourself a beer, grab yourself a drink, grab whatever, chill back. We'll talk. We have more to talk about, okay? That being said, you know what? Let's actually move the show on a little bit because we've been talking an hour, 20 minutes, and we've only gotten really a third of the way through the show. So I'm not trying to keep you up all night either and whatever, but I enjoy it whenever we do these shows. I think it works, flows really well. And it really is something that I hope we can do a lot more in the future when it comes to like content and making things on EL Plus really pop. So guys, if you enjoyed as well, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Shout out to our friends over at Boom Boss Pizza. Boom Boss is a big supporter of everything at ESPN Louisville, especially if you enjoy shows that Anna Tarullo has been on that I produced in the past, like James Strebel's show. I guess I never really produced his show, but when he was on The Take, but also the Round Table, they're big supporters there. The guys at Boom Boss love the stuff that we do at ESPN Louisville. They love obviously you guys hanging out, watching games with us. So definitely make sure you support them, because they are big supporters of all the content and everything we have here. Amazing pizzas, amazing beers, brews, everything that you want to have. Multiple locations. You got one on Hurstbourne Parkway, I guess is it now? I still call it Hurstbourne Lane because it was Hurstbourne Lane. Yeah,
okay,
it was Hurstbourne Lane.
I thought it was insane. I was like, has it always been Parkway?
No, it was Lane. Yeah, it was Hurstbourne Lane when we were kids, and I still call it Hurstbourne Lane. So whenever
Hurstbourne.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that too. Hurstbourne, because that's what it used to be.
I'm like, you're not even from the state. Get out.
Yeah, Hurstbourne, and then it's funny because I just get used to saying Hurstbourne now because everybody says it. But yeah, that's what it used to be. So locations there over off Eastern Parkway, all over Louisville. Boom Boss Pizza. Make sure you check them out today, and definitely shout out ESPN Louisville when you're there visiting, guys. Okay, let's get into Anna, your part of the show, if you will, and that is, of course, talking about Kentucky basketball and crap. Okay, here we go.
I would rather eat a gun. I would rather lay on the highway and drink a bottle of glass.
We're going to talk about the transfer portal as it comes to your Wildcats. Things didn't start so hot when it came to some of the visitors. You had both TYRAN Stokes and Robert Wright III visiting last weekend. We thought that was pops made happen. We were on alert. I was on alert because I was going to capitalize off TYRAN Stokes or Robert Wright to get those clicks, those yummy clicks that BBN gives us, like 5,000 views easy. Will Stein, I don't even care. I'm doing a video. I'm going to hype up.
Show.
Oh, it is. It's always great whenever that happens. So I'm like, BBN, let's go. Unfortunately, that did not happen for Kentucky. Something about it. Let me just throw this out to you. I don't know how closely you watched the BYU Robert Wright drama that happened, or how much you really paid attention to it. And I'm not trying to say that just to put you in a spot to say that you didn't care about the recruiting aspect, but he was he's viewed as one of the top point guards in the transfer portal. Out there that he could have gotten. He would have been the best point guard that Mark Pope has had in his time at Kentucky the last couple of years. Jalen Lowe, again, I never really thought much of him, and his injury didn't help. And I know I at least give him, Jalen Lowe had Grinta. He was a guy who went out there and kept trying to play and put it all out there even while he was injured. Michael Brown Jr. didn't do that. So that being said, everybody's reporting out there and talking about how Robert Wright III is almost like an expected done deal thing. It's going to happen. And then all of a sudden It's like he gets to Kentucky, he meets Mark Pope, he sees Mark Pope, and is like, fuck this. Send me home. Give me back. Give me back to BYU and Mormonism. Give me back to my multiple wives or whatever it is.
Polygamy and the whiteness of Mormonism. If that feels cooler to you than Mark Pope, we have a serious, deep problem.
Yeah. I don't know. People had said out, though, after the fact, that Robert Wright really didn't want to enter the portal. It was people around him that were pushing him to go and visit Kentucky. Because, like, I mean, regardless of what you guys think, if you're a Louisville fan or whatever, if Kentucky comes and says they want you to play, you're going to listen. If they're going to offer money for you to come to play at Kentucky, you're going to listen to it.
Well, it's like, does it say a lot? Like his name isn't even like ringing a huge bell. Like, it's fine. Like, that's fine. If that's who we're most excited about, whatever. But it's like, what is this new Kentucky basketball where I don't give it's not even like name recognition of who these guys are. Like, I don't, and I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to like not pay attention to what's happening in the off season and be like, you guys have to respect it because we're not even good. But it's like, give me some name brand people and some people I would actually care about, and maybe I would. But right now it's like, I'm almost trying to emotionally uninvolve myself because I think it's so bleak. It's so bleak that I don't care. We'll end up with who we end up with. It's almost like Mark Pope's first year, right? It's like he did better with like Andrew Carr, people who were off the radar a little bit more, right? Who fit into his system. Maybe that'll be better than like, I think I'm just so burnt from this past offseason being like, all right, we'll get JQ who's hurt. We'll get Jalen Lowe who's hurt. We'll get these other players who he doesn't even know how to coach because he's like the Mark Stoops of college basketball. It's like, you're like a cerebral, like you're good at coaching white Mormon guys who don't have to be tough. And I'm sorry, like, let me just be not PC about it. You're good at coaching white Mormon guys who don't have to be tough and will listen to your weird emotional bullshit. And who can like shoot a three on the perimeter. But like, if you need somebody to be tough and like, and you're going to recruit these post players that don't respect you, or even Otega Owe who doesn't respect you, I don't care. Like, you've already showed that you can't coach them. So it's like, if you recruit them, what is my like litmus test for compatibility or for success? Yeah. Like, I already don't think you will do well. I already do not think you will do well with them.
Absolutely. Real quick, you are getting love on the chat from the chat.
I'm always on the show every week.
It's her show. Oh, actually, I do have to say this to you guys. I promise you guys, and I promise to Anna, the next show. Hopefully, I also got to do work behind the scenes to edit the sound, but we sent it in, or James Black told me he sent it in, the sound for just the and Anna Tarullo at the end of it. The thing. So she will officially be on the open, and it'll say, so it won't just be just with Justin Soforo.
I want to like make this statement. I really am like a guest. Like, you do all of the work. Like, I don't want to act like, I know on TV it's like, okay, you're the talent, you can come in when everybody else has done the hard work. You do all of the hard work, and I'm literally just here to like have a great time, and I love doing this show with you. But like, it is your show. Like, I am a guest on your, and I love being at. But like,
but I also need somebody to talk to. So like, no, I appreciate you do most of the heavy lifting.
I know my role. Like, I'm grateful you have me on, but like, it is. Soforo is the reason this show is as good as it is.
Well, I appreciate it. That's very nice. That's very nice of you to say, and thank you to everybody as well for tuning in as always. But definitely, it's like I said, it is our show. That's just to clear it up. That being said, but thank you. Okay, we're done kissing ass. I promise. As it stands. Patrick Grady says, part one, I think after taking so much flack for spending $20 million plus on a crap roster, Pope is gun shy on spending money on players that aren't 5-star or high for after whiffing on, and I know he already got that part 2 in there, so let's continue it on a few no-brainer top 10 guys. He's missing lots of other guys because of lowballing on the next tier guys, so he doesn't end up with a $20 million mediocre roster again. They'll fire him 100%. And I'll let you say what you got to say. I would say this, something that I'm worried about, and we're going to talk about it as we work through the guys that they're getting and the guys that they're looking at. And the longer this thing draws out and when they start letting players, I'm worried that once again, Mark Pope is going to do what he did last year. Was he always start slow? He takes his time. And I thought maybe he's methodical. Maybe he's trying to really piece out what's going to build a great team. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's going out there and just starts throwing darts at and seeing what sticks. And then you start getting guys who maybe don't fit a system or don't work well together. And then you end up with what you had last year, which was $22 million spent on what? What exactly? And then you hear about the drama early on and all that. So that's the problem. And another problem for Kentucky right now is from at least the reports and what guys are talking about, they're not going to spend the same amount of money they spent last year. Because I think the people that literally set their money on fire by giving it to Mark Pope to go get the guys that they did, just to have one of those guys go back to Florida, where he came from, to go get a 5th year. Like, those situations are not tenable. And if you're a guy who is donating money to this university, to this basketball program, I would be pretty upset that you wasted it on this roster.
Well, it makes me feel like not like a fucking idiot that like he would go back to Florida when I'm like, why did you even leave fucking Florida? Like, like you were completely sold
bags of money
on the jersey. Like, what are you doing? And it's just like, I don't know. I just don't get any of it. He's obviously not capable of coaching any way outside of his system or or with players who know how to play in like this very like niche way for him. I don't know. Like, I had another point, but I definitely forgot it. I'm trying to bring it back right now. I think he did the best with like low expectations. Okay, this is what I was going to say. You brought it up. It's like, all right, he starts slow and builds. His first season, it's like he almost like disrupted expectations by doing good in the Champions Classic, right? It's like, all right, he recruited who he recruited. Expectations were low. I think he's just a guy who does best with like lower expectations. It's like, and like with lower talent. And like, I think I was just naive and I was like, all right, okay, maybe he's like a Dan Hurley. Like, he can recruit guys and develop them, right? But it's like, I think a big thing for me as well is like seeing how well BYU has done without him and that they don't miss his ass at all.
They took a step up, since he left.
What are we even doing with this guy? Like, what are we doing with this guy at all? Like, who did we trust? Show me. Everybody should be able to like tell their name and their social security number of who said it was okay to hire him and like who was on the board. Because tell me your litmus test. Tell me your requirements of why you thought he was okay. Yeah. Like, had he won one tournament game? Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well, we know the answer, and it's Mitch Barnhart wanted a feel good story. He didn't want to hire. Mike Pratt talked him into it with Calipari, and he had the success there. And R.I.P. Mike Pratt, we love him. Unfortunately. Yeah. I never got to meet him. I listened to him a lot. I love listening to him. It's one of those guys where you just like him and Issel. I fell in love with. Like, Mike Pratt is the good guy who's just down to earth, the heart and soul of
the greatest man. And when I was going through my health stuff, one of the first people to reach out was Mike Pratt.
Really?
Because like he was also going through his health stuff. And I knew him from the radio at ESPN 680, but then like when I was on BB and Tonight, we would have him on as a guest, and he was just awesome. And I miss him every day. So I just want to like shout him out. He's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was just a guy that, listening to him and Bob together, it was, I also tell Nick every day, like, I love Bob. I love listening to Bob and Nick. Like, sorry to get sentimental here, but like, coming from a family of like divorce and not having a relationship at all with my father, kind of thing, in a situation there, it was fun. It was really, really, I loved and I valued listening to Nick and Bob on the radio every day. I love seeing that father-son relationship, and it's kind of what I pour into my kids, what I pour into Luca and Nello and Camilla, and like that's kind of like the life that I'm trying to do. I'm sorry to get mushy, I guess, about this, but like,
I love this.
That's the way that I kind of like operate, and I love listening to Bob, because he's just not doing the radio every day now, but the relationship that him and RP, that him and Nick have is so much fun. And it's like, there's a little bit of that I have sometimes with my stepdad, Norman, and all that, but like, it's not, it's not exactly the same. But it's
the only thing. Like, I remember, and this is just like going like off, taking an off route here. But like, I remember like in high school, I had to do like a project on like who was like a literary hero that's like not somebody in like literature. And I wrote it on Jimmy V. And so when I got to come to the station and like tell Bobby V that it's like, I wrote it on your brother. Like I did a whole project on your brother. It was like a hero to me, just because of like what he stood for and his character and his courage and everything that he was. And I used to wear like a Jimmy V wristband that was like, don't give up, don't ever give up. And like, I don't know, it's just special, you know?
No, it's a really cool moment. Like when, again, too, like it was, again, I'm getting saw or getting whatever. But like when I first met Bob, I don't know. Like I grew up watching him and Diener doing the U of L games for ABC or WTS back in the day. And I grew up watching them like growing up. Like I watched them on TV calling these games. So like when I get to meet them, I hold them in a different esteem and regard. And like when Dieter texts me jokes about Strebel, it's still weird to me because I'm like, it's really funny, but I really respect this guy. And like he's, it's him and whatever. And I grew up watching them.
Lachlan. Like you grew up listening to Lachlan McLean, like driving up from U of L years with my dad. I was like, Locke?
Yeah, Locke is one that I've still never met in person. He and I have gone back and forth on Twitter and stuff, and whatever, follow me and all that. Like I love Locke. I want to meet Locke, and I hope Locke gets back into radio in some sort. Like come back to ESPN Louisville at some part on the side. Like let me experience this.
At the station, and he was like, "How does it feel interning?" I was like,
"Right." Like I think I remember when you first like interned or whatever when you come on because like the jokes started, but I remember like Bob just being Bob.
They were like, "Who's it? Why is Bob your mentor?" I was like, "I'm not an idiot. I've done sideline, but like I don't know." That's why I love the station because everything's like a joke.
It's great. It's a great place. And I'm sorry to get on this tangent, guys. It's just what it is. Like it's just it is. They're good people, and it's nice to be around good people. Strebel, guys like that. They're just good people that make it all worth it, I guess, in the end. And then there's a part. We don't need to keep getting sidetracked. I'm gonna go back on topic for a little bit because like I said, we'll have plenty of shows that we'll talk about all this kind of stuff. And then Steven fucking Steven Glansberg says Locke is the GOAT. But you know that reference, right? Super bad. Steven Glansberg. I'm gonna go sit with Steven Glansberg. Anyway, it's probably a deep cut. I love some old the comedies. That's what sucks. Post 2008, no more good comedies are coming out anymore. After Step Brothers was one of the last ones. Everybody got soft. Everybody got soft. Everybody couldn't take jokes or any of that anymore. So we don't have any more of those. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. If you're here, I promise we're going to get through all of this tonight. We're just enjoying it and we're having a good conversation. And like I said, this is something where I feel like we need twice a week or something like that, probably in the end.
Yes.
All right. So we're looking at Kentucky and we're looking at their roster makeup. We talked about the situation. Robert Wright III didn't work out. And then they end up getting Zoom Diallo, he visited before. He was kind of a backup option. And, he got his good to go after Robert Wright wasn't coming. He's a 6'5" sophomore. You got two tall guards that are coming in to Kentucky. A 6'5" sophomore, average 15.7 points per game, 4.5 assists, and 3.9 rebounds per game at Washington. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right? Not the day before. I think it was yesterday. You added, and this is kind of a big get, one that's coveted, I think, by a lot of people really talking him up. And, hopefully they're not building him to be more than he ends up being. But I think he kind of will be I don't want to say he's a Ryan Conwell kind of guy, but he's also a 6'5", but he's a freshman coming out of Furman. Alex Wilkins averaged 17.8 points per game, 4.7 assists per game. Second team all SoCon. And a lot of guys saw what he did against UConn, and he put a little scare into some UConn fans. I think guys over at what am I blanking on again? Field of 68. One of the guys is a UConn grad talking about he was nervous during that game. So that's a player that a lot of guys were interested to see where he would go, and UK gets him. Not exactly the shiniest toys, right?
I don't understand the hype. Like I think I started seeing the hype on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, like it's a good get, but it's like I feel like we're like grabbing onto something to be excited about. Is that an asshole thing to say? Like it's like, no, I think it's a great player, but it's like a SoCon player, and like no disrespect to SoCon or like what he has built or what he has done, but it's like if that is the number one thing that you are most excited about, there's problems. But sure, I'll be excited about him. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about Alex Wilkins. Yeah, let's go. SoCon freshman. Let's go.
Well, and here's the thing. When we first started off doing when we started doing the whole transfer portal thing, that was kind of what it was built upon, right? Players like Alex Wilkins. It was guys getting opportunities to move up quickly, make some money, and kind of go on from playing for, we talked about one of the guys I talked to with Kenny Turry, the family member. His thing was Evansville would get gutted every year with like their best players would go play for whatever. And I'm like, buddy, it's Evansville. Nobody gives a shit about Evansville except for that one time when they beat Kentucky and we all laughed. No! That's the only time that we cared about Evansville. Like, I'm sorry. Guys don't grow up dreaming to go play for Evansville. They dream of playing for Kentucky, for Louisville, for Duke, for all of these schools. Like, it's not what it is. And then we have to talk about it. My guy Kevin Hankins brings it up. I quote tweeted it and made a point about it. But KSR, somebody over there, Matt Jones, guy, I know you're stepping away. Right, like highest draft nuts. I enjoy that. I enjoy that comment. But like, if you're whoever's in charge now, since Matt's not really whatever he's doing, he's just worried about his show on ESPN now and everything with that. Somebody's got to like who greenlights this stuff. Like, I know ESPN Louisville. I only hear back after I did something stupid or put something stupid out there. Maybe that's what they're doing with a much more established brand that, nobody really, no offense, nobody respects. And if you're a KSR person who you're a fan of them, sorry, like, as a Louisville fan, I've never had respect for them, but because they're always putting clickbaity, bullshitty stuff. But this is one of those moments where it's like, buddy, but can you really, after saying where people are just disappointed in who they got about the Robert Wright third stuff, that nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden you want to talk about Zoom Diallo and Alex Wilkins like they are Eric Bledsoe and John Wall, one of the better point guards like Kentucky's ever had, that you want to go out there and compare the two? It's like, buddy, read the room. Just read the room. Just have a little bit of like dignity in yourself, and maybe don't make those comments. Maybe just say like, and I think maybe they're talking about like too tall, like him being they're tall guards.
No, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. Like, you could say that differently. You could say that later in the season. I just felt like in like all respect, love you, Nick Roush. It felt like such a Nick Roush ass article. Like, and I love you, Nick. But like, I don't know. I just all of it just paints the point of like why I don't give a shit during the off season. Like, I don't give a shit about any of this. It's like, all right, I'll be excited once I see.
Keep watching, guys. Like and subscribe. She doesn't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. Listen to talk about why you shouldn't give a shit either. None of it matters. Let's get all nihilism. Let's talk about nihilism and why we're even alive. Why are we alive? Nothing matters. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad.
They're just going to keep doing this. Maybe in 100 years they'll win a title, but they're not going to do it with Pope. We know it's not going to happen.
Depression, and I think it's hitting me.
But regardless, you're going to have to watch this team, so you're going to hope that they're playing better than they are. Another player they got, Mason Williams, the son of Mo Williams, did things out of order. It was kind of weird. They got the coach before they hired the assistant, or as an assistant coach. I don't know. But he's a 4-star point guard.
It's Wagner-esque, if I would say.
Yeah, I feel, I definitely agree with that. I think, that's fine. He can be a decent backup, so you don't really have to focus on guards as much moving forward. You can look more. The problem, too, is with Wilkins and Zoom Diallo, just from what I've gathered from there, while 15.7 points and 17.8 points a game, that's obviously at different levels than, Washington is, yes, that's comparable because it's a Big Ten, but Wilkins in the SoCon ain't going to be comparable. You're going to see those numbers drop. And additionally, not really great shooting percentages from either of these guys for being guards. So you're going to need probably your 3, maybe hoping that your 4 can, take some outside shots as well. That's where right now the most likely commit coming up for Kentucky, because there were two players. It was down to Sebastian Ranchik of Colorado. He committed to FSU today, so Kentucky's out of the running for him. And then Donnie Freeman, who's a power forward from Syracuse, one that was on campus last week. I actually like him, but again, the problem is, like, we all talk about all these Syracuse players that are transferring because, oh, that's such a great player. And I did too. I said I liked him. I would have liked Louisville to go after him. He's viewed as a top 25 transfer portal guy. But like, it's, again, Syracuse player. Like, like Syracuse wasn't good last year, so like it's not like he stood out. 6'9", visited the day or so after Stokes and Wright left. Did not commit during his visit. UConn was involved, but I think he canceled the visit after they retained Mullins. Rumored Alabama interest, but
why is that Mullins going to the damn draft? Like, can we talk about that? What are you doing?
Yeah. Because he's gonna make more money. Because he's just gonna make more money at UConn than he'll make probably as a pro. Like,
I hate how everything ends now. Like, I hate how everything ends. It's ridiculous.
But Dunga's he's gonna make $5 to $6 million this year from Louisville. When if he went pro, it's just like all these guys are gonna make so much more money, and that's why when it's fun doing this. I don't know if it's fun, but like, you may be like, it's not fun. It isn't really fun, but it's fun, I guess, for now that they're able to do this, but it's not sustainable. This is not something. I don't think 10 years that we're looking at it the same. I don't know, 5 years that we're still talking about this the same way.
That's sustainable.
But I think that's at least what I'll give Josh Hurd and PK and Louisville credit for right now. And Kentucky last year, even though it failed, but like, that it's unsustainable. But right now, if you're going to try, you might as well go all in to try to win a title. And if you can buy the best players right now and give yourself the best chance to win a title, do it. Like, absolutely. Sign me up for that.
Like, makes me hate Kentucky fans who are like, oh, like, give him another chance for like year 3. It's like, you had everything that you needed. You had all the money in the world to like make it happen for year 2, and you didn't do it, and you sucked. So it's like, I don't know what else you want to do for year 3, but it's like, in this day and age, you need the money and you need like that type of patience to win a title, and you had it all year 2, and you didn't even make any type of like big impact. So it's like, move on, dude, if that makes sense at all to anybody. I don't know.
No, absolutely. I agree. Shout out Jimmy English, says he's a Jimmy Jam from the loyal BBN fan show. So I appreciate your support and watching us as well. Says we need Stokes Freeman, 2 more good players this year. Diallo Wilkins will be good players, but not stars. He also says Donnie Freeman. I think he's probably your next up. We'll see what happens to Donnie Freeman. We'll just I'm not going to break down more on Donnie Freeman. It's interesting, I guess. Yeah, I love that you're at least honest here. I'll just have you be honest. I'm no, you know,
like, and I'm not like uninformed. It's not like I don't. It's not like I'm like an idiot. I'm like, that's the only thing I know how to say. It's like, I don't give a fuck until you give me a new coach. Like,
you're doing what. No, I love it. Keep it up. Like, you're doing what I kind of feel like, honestly, throughout this entire process. Like, I care enough to keep scrolling and updating and just seeing, did Louisville land it? Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. Okay. Do we have is there a Porcini's? Is he at McDonald's on whatever, Broadway or whatever it is? Like, it's something like this happening.
Broadway by the YMCA.
Exactly. But like that's the level that I care. But like, some of the breakdown, it just sucks to waste time breaking down certain players. The main one, the most important one that I think really for Kentucky right now, I think Donnie Freeman would be a good get for Kentucky. I think if Kentucky can land him, I think he'll be a good, physical big 6'9". That's fine. I think the important part right now is the big fish kind of get.
Will our idiot know how to coach him? Same with TYRAN Stokes. I don't care.
Well, and that's where we're going. And that's really, to me, that's where all sides should be kind of focused. Honestly, and I've seen guys, I've seen my guy, I can't remember. He just goes by like Realville or Go Cards or some whatever thing. But he, my guy, he's on Twitter. Shout out. Yeah, my guy, we had a love-hate relationship. He very much hated me during the KP era because he was KP Mafia. No, sorry, KP Militia. You don't get to be Mafia. You don't get to do that.
Unless you made. Maybe you all Sicilian or not.
Yeah, exactly. But so KP Militia, he was definitely one of those. But he had cut out a thing about, I think, from Maben and Rummage, their show, where Rummage basically talked on how he thinks that Louisville and PK should really reopen the idea of going after Stokes. I mean, if you're willing to spend $5-6 million on a player, and if you're willing to spend, around that amount of money for John Blackwell, and you don't get him, why not spend it on TYRAN Stokes, the number one player in the
out, but like Kansas and Kentucky, and I'm not like trying to say Kentucky's a great thing. It's like, why even waste the energy or the time when you need to be looking at so much other tape and like expending your energy somewhere else? And I'm not saying like U of L can't get him, but it's like at this point, it's like if other schools can't, it's like, I don't know. Is it worth the energy and the investment when I feel like he's probably not going to pick him?
So, well, see, here's the thing. From what I've heard, and to the best of my knowledge, I'm like I say, I'm not saying take this to the bank or whatever. I have heard people say that there was, and there continues to be definite interest from TYRAN Stokes, that it was very much a PK thing to say, no, I'm not doing this. To say, this is not a guy that I want. No. Yeah, I know. I agree. But listen, just hear me out. Back in October, PK made a statement. I think I made a reel of it or something like. I know I did because it was one of the best number wise, and it was one of Phil's or whatever. But there was a comment he made about not wanting to pursue a guy because of attitude and personality issues. And he talked about there's certain guys that I'm just not going to want to go after. And this is back when it was a very open recruitment. Like he could have kept going with that. TYRAN Stokes being from Louisville, there's been reports or somebody had said out there, and I'm sorry, like I said, I'm not saying this is something run to the bank with or run whatever with, that he very much, if Louisville actually wanted him, that he very much would have gone to Louisville. He would have been happy to. His family's from Louisville. He loves Louisville, all that stuff. Grew up as a fan. Okay. You have Mark Pope as your head coach right now. This is not Calipari, Kentucky. You're not. You ain't what you. You're not what you think you are right now. Like you were, but you're still not. You said you know what you are. You were you were the pretty girl at the bar that got acid thrown in her face. You're not pretty anymore. I'm sorry, you ain't pretty anymore. You can't. You're not pretty anymore either. You can't be picky and choosy over this anymore. That now you got to settle with dude with the beer gut. I'm sorry. You're 45. You're 45 years old.
You think I don't know? You don't think this is my life?
You're 45. The eggs dried up already. Okay, it's done. Menopause is set in. Okay, you're not pretty. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's a stance. But regardless.
I'm crying.
If I were Louisville, it would be something that I would consider. PK's not going to do it. That does bring up.
Consider it as like a favor to everyone to consider TYRAN Stokes. That's so kind and benevolent of you to consider it.
But like to me, okay, so like to me,
out of here, get out of here right now.
It's not me. Like to me, I would still be pursuing even if I didn't think that we were really in it or had a chance. That's where I'd be. I see a lot of people commenting in the chat. I see Louisville over everyone say we don't need Stokes, bleep him, whatever. Fine. I think if you are the University of Louisville,
we don't need you, but like if you want to pursue me, fine.
Okay, that's what exactly. If you, I like to see us taken from the Cats. Yeah, see, that's what I say. At least just taken from that. Here's the thing: if you are the University of Louisville,
and I never would be, but go on.
If you are an entire university, there are not many opportunities you have to have the number. Listen here, big girl. No, I'm just kidding. Remember when we did the what was it? What Big Miss? Big Miss. That's what it was.
Remember when you called Issel Big Miss, and I was like, "Is that motherfucker talking about me?" That was
when we we didn't hate each other.
We had like a fist.
That was when we had issues, and I was saying I was trying to call Issel Big Miss, but she thought I called her Big Miss.
That motherfucker talking about me.
That would have been
no.
That would have been so great if I actually I was just that petty, and I'm like, this B, you know what, Big Miss, calm yourself down. Calm yourself.
Was like, what week is it for you? Because that's weird. Why do you
have you heard the sound? Speaking of, have you heard the sound of blank talking about the Iowa State player?
No.
Okay, give me a sec. Here it is. I'm gonna download it. Okay, I love that I can just
call me Big Miss, and Shrivel was like, "No, like get off your period, you're fine." Sorry,
okay, I do need your reaction for this one because, oh, buddy. All right, let's see. Hopefully, it's not too loud.
Jeff Walls had such a day yesterday.
Yeah, and did he peep about it? Was there a peep about it? No, they just dropped these,
Yeah, and I think they put all 3 press releases out too.
Damn right.
I was like, done. Like, get these ready. I have to expected him to get the Iowa State biggin.
Biggin?
Yeah. How would you describe her?
I would say,
Careful, Blank.
Yeah, not that. I don't know.
All you crux is her name.
The Iowa State big. We don't call him a biggin.
I'll tell you, we do call him Big Man.
I know who you're referring to, and I think now the rest of the listening audience says, so maybe it's an apt description. I just wouldn't have said it.
There's also an Iowa State men's biggin as well.
You've never once called a men's player a biggin. Not once.
Mom, I don't know. Milan Mom. I don't know how to say the rest of his name. Milan Mom. He's another Iowa State biggin. There's 2 biggins out there from Iowa State. Give me those corn-fed Cyclones.
Male or female.
Male or female. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Biggin.
Yeah. I need you to hear that. Reaction. Anna, you have the floor.
I am unwell.
Appalled? Bothered? I mean, okay. Do you think it's funny? I don't know. Like, I just do personal opinions. I mean, just let them all out. That's a big woman, though. He ain't wrong.
and she's a great player, though. Let's focus on that. But
great
woman, though. Yeah, no, and you're right. But like, I love Blank, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I love Blank, and I don't trust his heart and what he was saying, but I do think he's a great person, and I do love him. And I don't know what else to say, and she's a great player. And
we moved on? You want to move on? You want to move on? You want to change topics?
And I love women's basketball.
Yeah, great. The
and
great athletes.
And I'm glad you asked. And that's all.
Okay, I'm glad we did this. I'm glad I detoured for part of.
What about you?
I'm not a small man, you know. I think those terms though, I would never attribute that to a lady of any kind.
It's a romantic way to describe someone. Mm-hmm. If I ever met a husband, I would say, I hope he's corn-fed. You know? If
Blake were to refer to my daughter as a corn-fed biggin, then we'd have some. Blake's.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Blank's one of those guys. Like I said, people have brought this up many times.
He's one of those guys people will know. But go on.
I love Blank. Like when I met him in person, because he used to annoy me on the radio all the time. And I
hated him.
Even as a Louisville fan.
Who the fuck is the U of L sheriff? What the fuck is he saying?
Well,
and then I met him, I was like, he's actually one of my favorite, most nicest person on earth. And I love Blank to the depths of my soul. I love him.
Yeah. No, if you all listening or watching or whatever, and if you've never met Blank in person, and if you dislike Blank, especially after hearing that sound, he's the opposite of that person. That ain't him. It's all personality a little bit, but it's also like he's just funny. Like he'll just say funny stuff and he doesn't really care if you agree. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. Blank is one of those guys where he would there's certain people I've talked to you about this. Like there are certain people I met and I'm like, I would die for that. Like I would kill for that person. I would do whatever. Kind of Blank and Strebel.
And people think that way about Strebel as well. And I'm like, Strebel is like, if I ever met a person who was like, I'm like, you are my kin, you are one of my own. Yeah. James Strebel.
Strebel and Blank are two guys that do. That's why they're great at radio. That's why they're amazing at radio. That's why.
They're just like court jesters. It's like they have that clown blood, baby.
It's
like
all
they're funny. They're ebullient. Like,
it's all It's all for the bit in the end. It's all for the bit, and they do it well. But I will say this: Blank is definitely one of those guys who I don't think he's ever actually really been punched. Like I don't think he's ever actually been like knocked out. So that might have changed things too. I have a friend, shout out Hunter. In high school, and it was one of those things where he would
say,
all
knew Hunter in high school. We all did.
He would say some wild shit, but the thing is, but I give him respect because he would get punched. And one of my friends on the football team, he would say, he'd basically make comments about his girlfriend, like joking. We all know it's not true, but he's saying that he was doing stuff or whatever, and he would just do it to piss him off. And so my other friend would go up to him and just beat the crap out of him, like literally just beat the hell out of him and walk away. And as he's walking away, Hunter, who's this, he's kind of a blank. Like he's well to do. He ain't fat. He's skinny, but like he ain't muscular. He ain't putting up a fight.
But his mouth
But his mouth will put up. But his mouth has a lot of muscle to it, and he would. As soon as that guy walks away, he'd spout another thing out, and then here comes the guy back. And
just got an earshot, baby.
And they did that like back and forth like 7 or 8 times that night, and it would just be entertainment for the rest of us, and we loved it. Like he did it because he knew that we all loved it, and I think Blake's like that guy. Blake will just say the stuff because we all love it. The one person who's getting sniped will not be happy about it. But the rest of us are loving it.
Jester. Look it up.
No.
It's called a court jester.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. That being said, back on the TYRAN Stokes thing. I promise we're not going to go all night. I promise we're going 2 hours.
So bad. I'm going to say that.
Okay, if you want to break, walk it off. Walk it off, and I'll
have to do a walk off. Do you want to do a monologue?
I'll hold it down. That's okay. I can hold it down while you go. Yeah, go ahead.
Hold it down.
All right, guys. Sorry, you're just looking at me now. So it's just me holding this down. But do me a favor, hit the like button, smash the freaking subscribe button. Actually, while she's gone, let me go ahead and do another read. We're gonna get back on the TYRAN Stokes topic because I think that's one that holds a lot of water. But we want to shout out to our friends over at Louisville Ladder, the greatest ladder company in the world. Louisville Ladder. I don't know why I went kind of Trump there. That wasn't the goal. But Louisville Ladder, any business, any kind of job that you have, make sure you are supported and that you have one of the best ladders in the business. Louisville Ladder. It's here. It's local. And I've just noticed anything that I've had before has actually been a Louisville Ladder, even though I didn't even know that they were a sponsor of us, because they always have great products. Whatever jobs you have, whatever work you're doing, use Louisville Ladder. They are great supporters of the show, of the channel, of the station at ESPN Louisville, Louisville Ladder, and LouisvilleLadder.com. Back on the topic, though, of the situation at Kentucky and around TYRAN Stokes. It is down to Kansas or Kentucky, as we all know. We're waiting over here. Will anything change? Will anything happen? Oregon is one that still keeps getting brought up every once in a while. And Travis Branham and other people, we have the sound. I don't have it on me, unfortunately. But Travis Branham as well has discussed the idea of could Cal and Arkansas, if they really wanted to, throw their hand in the game, in the ring, if they wanted him. I think that would be a perfect match made in heaven. John Calipari with the TYRAN Stokes kind of player would be amazing. He left without committing, obviously, like we talked about earlier with Robert III. The one question I do have for Anna Tarullo is, do you care about Stokes' personality issues that has been widely reported that a lot of people have talked about?
Do you think we have like the wealth to care about that right now? Do you think we have the affordability to care about that right now? Give me any kind of big name. I do not care. I do not care. Give me any kind of big traction. I do not care.
A biggin. Give me a biggin.
Half of those rumors don't care.
Okay. See, and that's kind of like where I was. Phil's brought this point up multiple times on SMH, but it's one of those things where, like, whenever, because I know Curran tried to battle him too. He was like, yeah, but how many of those guys are successful? Oh, how many of those guys are successful? Right. Well, I can name like 4 off the top of my head. Shane Mahanan.
You know something about Michael Jordan? An absolute socio.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Just because LeBron James is kind of soft and whatever, and he's not like a hard whatever personality, fine. I'm a MJ guy. Yeah, right. Exactly. But Shane Mahanan, Terrence Williams, Montrezl Harrell, DeMarcus freaking Cousins. You want to talk about? I'm talking about successful college athletes. I'm not talking about NBA. I get it. You're talking about NBA. All of those players were successful. Louisville has had, I feel like, more problematic personalities. Rick brings them in. I mean, but even to like another level, like Edgar Sosa was kind of one back in the day that he would always kind of have issues. They'd battle back and forth with each other. He kicked Edgar Sosa out before the Kentucky game when he hit that the buzzer beater or whatever. Like, yeah, like he told him to get out. Like, there are a lot of guys who were problematic, you know, that were difficult to work with, I guess. So no, that's not even a topic. But I do think
that's what ESPN 680 says about us.
Say that again.
Do you think ESPN 680 says that about us? There's a lot of people who are problematic, and now they have their own show.
That's why we're on here, and that's why we do. That's why we're not invited whenever they have like the super special. You know, the Streamable ain't throwing that invite out. Oh, you are. I'm not. That's why I'm not invited out. You just ghost him. You go Streamable, so it's okay.
I don't. He's making that up.
That's what he said. Yeah, I think it was him. It was him and Double J. You know, he likes to put on a show for Double J.
Of course it was.
Right. So, whatever it is, I mean, yeah, it could be. I mean, I know I can be problematic. I know I'm known for being when it comes to my own brand, my own team, Louisville, that I, am not sunshine and rainbows and butterflies out of my ass kind of stuff. That's just not me. I'm going to be harder on my own team, just like I'm sorry for my kids. I'm going to be harder on all of them because I want success for them. I want success for my team.
I know you're 6 months old, but why don't you get in the layup line?
Actually, I think she'll be 9 months out actually on the 23rd.
9 months out.
She
practice the crossover, Camilla.
She getting big. She's not a biggin, but she's getting big. My wife gets mad. My wife gets so mad because I call her a chunk, and she goes, "Don't you call her a chunk?" And I'm like, "She's a little chunk."
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. Yeah. Peanut butter posse. Clearly, make sure I'm saying that right. Why are we in a bidding war for a player with injury issues and low motor? Is this just to keep him from Tennessee? Who are you talking about?
Who are you talking about?
I'm looking at is Donnie Freeman one? Clarify that for me. Clarify who you're talking about. Who are you trying to keep from Tennessee? Is there one that I'm missing? Obviously, Kentucky also has returning Cam Williams, Trent Noah, which was funny because Trent Noah got announced as Louisville got literally Badunga and Shellstead committed to Louisville. And then 5 minutes later, breaking news, Kentucky, Trent Noah is returning to Mark Pope. I love the dichotomy there. Clarify that for me, Peanut Butter Posse, unless I'm missing that out. Ranchik was the obvious choice before all this stuff. Oh, Freeman. Oh, okay. It's Freeman in Tennessee. I guess I hadn't, unless that's been a late issue. You're breaking that news to me. It was Alabama that I heard that was most at least interested in him. So I think Freeman's a decent player.
And it's hard for me to think that as of a young man basketball prospect. Donnie Freeman sounds like somebody who went to high school with my dad, and I respect it though.
It does sound like an old Caucasian man. But it's not. It's a young African American male. It is not. Do we want to spend that money on him or get 3 good players for that price? We need bodies. To me, I think you'd want the player that gives you the best chance to win a national title. I think even if you're Kentucky and you know that it's probably not going to happen. I mean, at Louisville, again, until Pat Kelsey proves that he can make the second weekend, I won't believe it. But Pat Kelsey at least has done everything that I have asked him to this point since the season ended to try to make things right. It's like he tunes into 680. It's like he tunes into our show and like literally line for line.
Patrick.
Or whoever he pays, like Tom George used to do when he would send his family members out to attack me back in the day on Twitter. And that was when I had like 200, I had like 400 Twitter followers, yet I was still getting those dropped in. I remember George family dropping into my family's DMs, telling her to get basically to shut me up. I remember that. I got the receipts. Anyway, Trice says win-win for Anna. Either Stokes is a team player or drives Pope out faster. Oh,
I don't think it's a win-win. Like, what if he makes it like somewhat palatable? Like. I'd rather him lose him and then just suck all the way. Like, I'm rooting for the worst possible outcome. You guys think that, like, I'm the type of fan. I just don't, like, agree with people who are like, if you're a true fan, like Perry Stevenson. Yeah. Okay, love you, Perry. Love what you did for the program, whatever. But it's like, you're not a loyal fan and you can't support them in all ways. No, it's like, how about I care deeper than you could ever even consider, Perry? How about I root for total destruction to, like, turn over the program? It's like, I'm not okay. I hate this narrative, but it's like, you have to support whatever outcome we give you. It's like, I don't know. Same thing with politics. Do you love your country or not? Like, do you want it to be better? It's like, not that I root for total, like, like anarchy with that, but like with like my basketball program, it's like, yeah, I would rather things, same thing with Stoops. I'd rather things absolutely suck so we get a better outcome and you could hire a better coach. Like, I don't think that's, like, so implausible. Quit acting like you can't understand that. Quit acting like that's not, like, a logical thing to root for. I would rather total failure, like, happen with Billy G, and get somebody else in there. Perry Stevenson, if you can admit that it happened with Billy Clyde Gillespie, who you will admit on Twitter sucked, and you know why he got out of there, because he sucked completely.
Yep. Maybe
I hope for that for Mark Pope. Maybe I hope he absolutely sucks, and we get somebody else who's better.
Diener says a thing that before I wasn't like sure, but now I know I definitely believe, which is I root for people, not laundry kind of thing. Like, if you're going to continue to just like,
But okay, it took me a second.
Instead of just the Kentucky jersey, the people, you know what I mean? Like Rick Pitino, the players that came in. So laundry is just like any program. So like, if you just because you wear the Kentucky jersey doesn't mean you are Kentucky. Does that make sense? Like, just because you wear the Kentucky jersey, like, he doesn't go that deep into it. I'm reading how I interpret it, which is,
you root for laundry's greater good, though.
yes. Thank you. But the point was the people, like right now, like the way I attribute it is Rick Pitino. Like, I have a St. John's pullover that my wife bought me for my birthday that I love very much, and I wear it. And I of course did it while Louisville was recruiting against St. John's and for a player, and they got Quinn Ellis, and I was like, oh, sorry guys, but if it's getting too late, you let me know. I know we need to wrap soon, but
Let's do like 15 more minutes, and we got
okay.
this.
Okay. Yeah, we'll save my. I'm gonna save my spicy marinara hot take for next time because
You're arrabbiata.
I really did not think we would be this deep into the conversation. I thought maybe
this is our least ready show we've ever done. We're like, what are we even going to talk about? We don't know.
Exactly. But anyway, so the reason I say that is you and I both agree in the same sense of I root for the best outcome for my team, whether it's
and sometimes it's that's abject failure.
Like, I watched the Kenny Payne era. I'll watch those games cheering for them to lose. I'm dead. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a terrible fan, whatever. It is what it is. But I knew that him winning games was the worst outcome for that program. Some people at Kentucky fans may think that currently. They think, and I tend to agree with them, that as long as this continues and as long as you keep allowing Mark Pope to just be mid or whatever, it's the worst outcome long term. It's as long as you think that number 9 is a far cry a long time before you're going to see it. It's even farther the longer Mark Pope gets to keep coaching this team.
It's never been further.
Yeah. So last thoughts on that, basically just Stokes. I think to me right now, and that's the last thing I was going to say was I think for Mark Pope, for his job, for him personally, I think he needs to do everything he can to land Stokes. I think you pay him whatever you got to pay him, and you get him, and that's just what you need because it's a big time get. It's a big fish. It's the top high school player who is an impressive player. What I've seen, like the highlights I've seen of him playing, regardless of his personality issues or whatever, he is going to be a fun, exciting player to watch. Who is a very much Kentucky Calipari kind of player. So to me,
the opposite approach of it's like. I almost root that they get him and they suck because it gets Pope out of there. But if they don't get him, it's like, okay, again, Mark Pope trying to reinvent himself. Like last year, he got JQ, he got all of these great recruits, right? He killed him in the transfer portal and he sucked. And it's like, okay, so this year he tries to do something different and he doesn't. Like it can be an excuse if he doesn't get Stokes, right? So I think if you get Stokes and you suck. It's almost like that's good for me, okay? Like, get him out of there. He sucks. He's horrible. I think it would prolong the misery if he didn't get him, if that makes sense at all. So I guess I'm rooting for him to get them. I don't think it will change anything, though. Like, that's how out I am. Like, it doesn't really matter. Yes, Anna, who you get for Coach of Pub is out. Jay Lucas, baby.
Yeah,
give me some
all
Jay.
On the Jay Lucas train.
I
think, and see, this is where I would argue a little bit. If I'm you, I want Kentucky to get TYRAN Stokes because every excuse is taken away for Pope. If they don't get the best players, I don't need to hear excuses of they're not. Yeah. Okay. No. You did. Sorry. That's kind of.
I don't think I did.
No, sorry. Well, I'm also, and I'll be honest, I listen to you most of the time. It's just I'm also running this and trying to make sure it's hard producing and hosting at the same time. It's really difficult to do. So
and I know that didn't make sense what I said.
Like
but,
it did, I promise. But last show, it was very apparent with me because I was trying to talk with Ethan and you and Corey, and I just at the same time was trying to run this and get things fixed, and it doesn't work well. That's why you need producers because a producer can really focus.
And that's why you were so great. And everybody pause. Let me give Soforo some amazing credit here. Like he gave me this microphone. He gave me the light. He gave me my headphones that I'm not wearing right now, but he produced this whole thing.
That you can't get working.
He gave me some great notes for today. Like when he says like it's a shared show, it's not. It's not. Like I'm happy to come on it, and I love coming on the show. Like it is a highlight of my weeks. Come on every week. But like I'm gonna give Soforo the credit of what he puts into this. Like he is awesome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, and I really do. I do appreciate all of you guys. Everybody that tunes in. If you want to do me one favor, just like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's what I asked for. That's how you can show us support. That's how you can help us grow and help us to bring more and more stuff like this. So more people like Anna, the guys that are supportive of this, Andy, Streeble, people like that they'll have more things to be able to do on this, and we can bring, because I think this is the future. Like to me, this is the future of sports radio. I love terrestrial. It is, like, I love it. I know Diener, it's a hard battle I'm fighting with him, but he's been supportive of this too. I understand, like, you know, his age, his demographic, they have they're set in their ways. But what I mean is, like, they're set in their ways when it comes to this. So like, he doesn't care about this. Like, people don't care about what the new level. And I'm not saying that bad. No, he's been super supportive. But what I'm saying is, like, this is the future. Like a few years from now, I mean, 10 years, 15 years from now, I hope that ESPN Louisville Plus is a third arm of ESPN Louisville, and that this has become not an afterthought or a side project or a when we have fun thing. This is something that people go to day in and day out, and you're getting content in this way too. That's what I'm hoping, and that's what and that's what I'm fighting for. And I'm thankful to have you here with me every step of the way. Hopefully this becomes a show that continues to grow and take off. Last thing, and let me just kind of throw this out there real quick, and let's go ahead. I'm going to do my take. The Will Stein stuff I didn't really need to do. The only reason I brought up the Will Stein stuff was I was going to give him props, doing a great job, high school recruiting.
Yeah, baby.
Portal as well, balancing it out. He's got the number 2 high school quarterback that's coming in. He took the photo with the Lamar Jackson thing. He came on Streeble, and Streeble has got a great relationship with the football program, and he has got, like, he had him on. And he had him on Friday, with St. Matthew's State. But he had the new quarterback on Friday. He had Stein on. He had Stein on like a week or two ago. Yeah, Will Stein came on, and you can't help but love Will Stein. That being said, and actually,
from the yacht.
Let me.
Let's get matching tattoos.
Yeah, you do. Quietly, this will be our Sunday sauce, if you will. This is our version. Let's just turn it down a little bit in the background while I talk. This is the Sunday sauce. That's a spicy meatball hot take of the day. And this is something that I threw it out Streeble's way and whatever, but I talk about looking at the future of Kentucky athletics and what they really need to do moving forward. This is a situation where if you look at Kentucky basketball, Kentucky football, it is they're making strides with the way that they pursued Will Stein, kicked Mark Stoops to the curve, and now they are trying to pursue, hopefully, a great, and we'll see what they do, with leadership of Will Stein, a Louisville guy. While Anna Tarullo may want to have your guy, he may want to, sorry, this is also distracting me. I got to turn it down a little bit more. Well, she may want Jay Lucas to come up from Miami and take over this basketball program. I don't think Kentucky is in a state that they can really take any chances right now. I think after Mark Pope, you have to be able to win and you have to succeed immediately. And there's only one guy who can, for the second time, resuscitate this program, and that is the spicy meatball of Rick Pitino. But that is not even the hot take that I have yet. That is a known fact. That is clear as day. He calls it Camelot. He loves Kentucky. He would jump skip, and I don't care. I don't want to hear about would he come back? Would he take over for his former player getting fired? Rick Pitino would urinate on Mark Pope's corpse and jump into that athletic office and take over and move his stuff in while the body is still warm. It doesn't matter. That being said,
after I killed Mark Pope.
After Andrew, well, make sure people don't hear all this. That's a joke. It's a joke. That being said, these programs.
If you want to arrest me, you can.
Exactly. Well, there's something very clear when it comes to the University of Louisville and University of Kentucky, the relationship that they've had over the years, and their programs that have a history of an Eskimo brotherhood. I've always said that after the disaster that is Mark Pope, you can't miss with another guy. Obviously, you go there, get Rick Pitino. That being said, you've already got Will Stein. Pitino comes in, you might as well complete the trifecta and bring in Tom motherfucking Jurich to sit in and be the new athletic director of this Kentucky athletic department. I don't buy the no one else hired him, he can't do the job anymore take. He builds winning programs across the board, ain't afraid to do the things a little bit dirty, and everyone complaining about antiquated facilities will have cranes in the air, and they'll be building everything that Calipari or anybody else would have wanted or desired before it is necessary to complain. Tom Jurich is the man. I don't care. He will bring Kentucky athletics back to the forefront in the SEC. Anna, you may want to deny it. I'm sorry. He is the GOAT for a reason. In Tom Jurich, BBN Trust.
Do you see what I'm doing to you? I'm doing Malocchio. That's evil eye. You put an evil eye of Tom Jurich on me, and I'm sending it right back to your ass. Cranes in the sky. What is this? What is this?
That's his slogan. He'd always say there has to be a crane in the sky because he has to be building something. Some arena.
And I know Malocchio when I see it. That's evil eye. I'm giving it right back to you, Soforo. I'm not doing it.
No,
Tom
I'm
Jurich,
not.
No, I want the part. I want the
I
part.
think.
But
I think.
would I rather a slimy, shady guy rather than Papaw? Rather than Papaw, Mitch Barnhart? Yeah.
Yes.
But he's on his way out.
You're afraid of success. You're going to get, otherwise you're going to get.
Is it Sophie's choice? Would I rather have a slime ball than Papaw? Slime ball or Papaw? Put up a thing on Twitter. Put up a poll on Twitter. Slime ball or Papaw?
But you have to realize, I truly believe in Tom Jurich. Like me saying that is, like I said, I have been accosted by his family members. I have had his daughters reaching out to my wife and like telling me to shut up. And you know what? I still believe in that man. I still do.
I have a bad Tom Jurich memory. One time I was at let's say a Final Four. I was at like a Final Four with my dad. And I was probably in like the 4th or 5th row. And we were just sitting there like watching the teams warm up. And Tom Jurich, you know, like the seats are like close, right? And and also I would like to say Tom Jurich looks like the mayor of Whoville. Look it up.
He does. He does. Yeah. He's got the nose with that pinches up a little bit. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
My ass is going to be in your face. I'll be in your face with it.
Sorry, I just had to drop that. Streeble said that this week.
Streeble is, me and Streeble one and the same. But anyway, so I'm there.
I know my coach sucks.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And that's my guy. And so I'd say I'm probably like 11, right? And I'm at this game with my dad, and I'm like sitting there in like the 4th row, whatever. And Tom Jurich, like obviously there was like some important people like in front of us, and he comes in and like, you know, like how tight those rows are, and he's trying to talk to the people in front of us, and he comes in and he stands like right in front of me, and I just like look at my dad. I was like, as an 11-year-old, I was like, that's the most disrespectful thing a person has ever done to me. Like, I didn't exist. Like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter that it doesn't matter to anybody, but it was just like so. It was just like gross to me. It was like nobody else matters. You have a bad haircut, and I don't know. I don't like it. I don't support it.
There's definitely an air of that. Yeah, there's definitely.
And I know that's not like the greatest anecdote, but like there was something about that was just like, I don't know. Why can't you move like one seat down to talk to the people? Like the rest of the seats were empty, but you have to stand right in front of me. It's like you don't really care about who else is here. And I just like, there's something there that's so slimy and shady, and it's so like nepotism. It's like, okay, your daughter works for Adidas. It's like, like something about you just grosses me out. But would I rather have? I mean, like, am I a realist? Yeah. Do I know how the world works? Yeah. Would I rather have a slime ball or an idiot? A slime ball.
Yeah. So Anna is on board Tom Jurich.
No, I didn't say that. I was saying metaphorically, if I were taking the ACT and we were doing like the comparison part, that's what I would say.
All right, that's fine. I want to throw that out there. UK fans, if you're watching the rewatch or whatever, definitely comment down in the comment section down below. Would you take Tom Jurich at Kentucky? I just want to know what your opinions would be on that. Real quick, our guy Walt Nicholas, shout out, one of our members, says, so if I'm launching the lab for the week, gonna cut over 1,000 pair of glasses for veterans over the next 8 hours, and you two are a great way to start every week. Great job tonight. L's up. She can L's down.
I love you, Charity. I respect you, Charity, but L's down.
And she got to spend like over half her night talking about U of L anyway. So it is what it is. But I appreciate it. Let's see. Anything else just real quick, and then we will get out of here. But anyway, yeah. Hi all. Thank you, Kel. Hi. It's late. It's late. We're going to bed. It's about bedtime. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, I think we are wrapped for tonight. Don't worry. We'll be back again next week. And I'm hoping, like I said, Anna and I are going to work something out, and we're going to see if we're going to have some kind of, daily videos when stuff breaks, when news comes out. She'll cover the UK stuff. I'll cover the U of L stuff, hopefully from there. But if
it'll be me with a gallon of Clorox asking me not to drink it.
Yeah, it'll be, So, some gun will be held to the back of her.
Don't
you can't see
jump. Don't make me jump.
Last question, Kelsey, you did join. I understand what Stokes had some maturity issues, but why label the kid before he gets a chance to start his journey wherever? Right. I think his journey's already started once you become a high-profile high school athlete and you're taking parts in these different programs and teams and whatever, it kind of already started. So like you're already kind of showing who you are. So I agree with you to a point, because I am willing to look over a lot if you're pretty and you talk nice to me. You know what I mean? Like if you go out there and score points and you can do all that, then I'll be like, I can look it over. He's kind of an asshole, but he's doing what I need. He's taking care of me. That's what I need. That's all I need.
I don't care if you were mentally ill. Just win.
Exactly. All right, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Anna, again, as always. We will be back next Sunday for any breaking news in between there. Hopefully we'll have some stuff. And like I said, if something really dire happens and I feel the need to go live, maybe I'll go live sometime this week. We'll see. But hopefully we'll have recorded videos. Either way, if you haven't already, do me a solid favor. Smash the freaking like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. Stay notified for all of our latest. Oops, I turned my sound down before I would have finished. I thought I was done. All of our latest videos. And you know what? We will see you guys next time. Anna, say it with me. Go Cards.
Go Cats.